Y'all make sure y'all get as many people as possible. We get started. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all. I'm talking about what some people don't celebrate Christmas. I know a lot of y'all saying that. On the dog.
What up with you? What up with you?
Now, you should your family. You got some little time to clear this something go off. Should better be over with. All I hear, you
Want to get the people,
Christmas.
give them something to meditate on, to give them a Christmas present, to ruffle feathers and get you cockadoodling. You sound like a robot, man.
You say I sound like a robot?
Yeah.
It might be your end 'cause you look frozen on my end. I don't know. Let me reset.
Hold on.
Pop
What's
out, pop back
it's
in.
doing a lot of weird stuff as far as
How about now?
yeah, you good now.
Okay. I don't know what that was about. Y'all in here, like, please. Yeah, got my boy Ron and Don in here. We got a couple of more people going to pop in with us. That we do this most of the year. We just talk about why some of the people out here today celebrate Christmas and why some people don't. And this the first year we really talk about why people don't celebrate Christmas. The years before we talked about why people celebrate Christmas, where it came from, the origins from it. So the most times, it ain't get a good response. We've been a Grinch for most people, but that's just learning. As you learn, you be wanting to teach, and sometimes people don't want to hear that shit, no matter what it is. And that's anybody, you can learn how to fix cars and you can be excited to teach your nephews and them, but they might not want to learn how to fix cars. So that's how I had to learn from this. Just because you learn the truth about a lot of these pagan holidays and things that they've been doing, that don't mean people want to hear the shit, and that's like I tell anybody. I'm not a Grinch. At the end of the day, I'm just somebody that like to learn history, and when I learn it, I like to teach it. But what's your thoughts on this, Ron? Why you think some people don't celebrate Christmas? Is you a guy that celebrate Christmas? If so, tell us why or why not.
Um, First I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you heathens. Uh, you sitting around, opening toys with the kids, you sitting back, drinking your coffee, looking at the kids open the present, and it's a lie from the pit of hell that people are picking up other people's habits. And this is what I mean when I say picking up other people's habits, because for one, we so fond of want to be attached to something. We always want to be a part of something, to be a part of the trend. And the people that profit from all this stuff are the retailers. You don't profit from nothing. The kids be excited, but half of your kids can't even read. Ask them to spell Christmas, and half of them can't even spell it. And some of the parents can't even spell Christmas. So they do the short version, of X and MAS, because we started teaching our kids wrong things instead of teaching our kids the right things.
If you ain't here, let us know what you got for Christmas. I'm pretty sure some people got some things, some nice things. I know my girl Riri, she down North Carolina celebrating with her family. So it is a good time to get up with your family, your loved ones. So if that's something you decide to do, then do it. But if you run across somebody who say they don't celebrate it, these the reasons why. A lot of people don't believe in these things because it basically supposed to be a pagan holiday. So they Christianize a lot of these holidays that we celebrate today, and they made light of it, which I think is a good thing. Because if they was to celebrate Christmas like they used to celebrate Christmas, sure if anybody be doing it. But at the end of the day, they might, because once somebody start a tradition, we don't know not to do it. We just get along. Like Halloween is weird. As you get older, you like this some weird shit. Like this the one day we all can and disguise ourselves to be something devilish and ask people strangers for candy. When you grow up, they always say, "Don't talk to strangers. Take nothing from strangers." Then on Halloween, strangers can dress up and hand the kids candy. It's just so weird to me, But that's just society. That's what we program to do on certain days or whatnot. But I think this one of the clips we share. I'm not sure. Some people probably this video. I probably video, but he talked a little bit on why he don't, celebrate Christmas, and it's understandable. Talk a little bit on the history of where these things come from, and most of these people that don't celebrate Christmas, they Christians, they Muslims, they basically subscribe. And if you believe in religion, and you got a lot of reading to do if you out here celebrating these holidays. But just check this out and give us y'all thought in the comments, and we'll respond to them.
Daily cancellation. Now that Christmas season has officially, or rather unofficially begun, officially the Christmas season actually starts on Christmas. I don't know if you knew that. I'm going to take a bold step that will only shock and offend you until you realize that I come not as your oppressor, but as your liberator. I seek to free you and free all of us once and for all from the tyranny of Christmas trees. Christmas trees are canceled. Mom! This madness has gone on for long enough. I'm drawing the line in the sand right now. No more Christmas trees. We are done with Christmas trees. Now, it may come as a surprise, but the early Christians never thought to cut down a tree and put it in their house for 3 weeks as part of their Christmas celebration. One could only imagine how the conversation would have went had anyone suggested something like that. Hey, it's almost Christmas. What do you say we go and chop down that perfectly healthy tree out there, drag it inside, and watch it slowly die? It'll be so festive. My tree. The idea probably would not have been warmly received. And that's why nobody had a Christmas tree until some depraved lunatic in Germany, as always, decided that there weren't enough distracting hassles associated with the holiday and came up with this idea. And it was the worst thing anyone had done related to Christmas since St. Nick started the whole gift-giving thing, which is another problem in of itself.
This isn't the biggest bag over the head punch in the face I ever... Damn it! Son.
Now, admittedly, this history of Christmas and its traditions may not be entirely technically accurate, but that's not the point. The point is that we are all burdening ourselves with this demented custom for no reason. So there are, of course, two ways to approach the problem of obtaining, transporting, and erecting a tree inside your living room. This, again, is a problem of our own making. It's like if we're all stressed out about how to capture a squirrel from the forest and train it to do jumping jacks. The most stress-free way of doing that is to not do it because it's bizarre and pointless. And there are a million better ways to spend your time. But as far as trees go, you have two options, right? You can go out and buy a real tree, or you can purchase an imposter, a fake tree, an avatar of a tree. The problem with the fake tree is that it's a fake tree. It's expensive and clunky. It doesn't actually look anything like a real tree, much less does it smell like one. So it's always awkward when you go to someone's house and they have a fake tree and they go, "Doesn't it look real?" No, it doesn't. Have you ever seen a real tree? They're outside. You should go check them out because this doesn't look anything like it. You know what's annoying about the Christmas season? Those super
Wow.
Yeah, I get back to it. I think he's doing like a commercial ad. And I do not want to share that. I ain't got time to be getting flagged. So far, he just talking about the trees. He ain't really getting all into Christmas. But he was just saying that some guy from Germany, overnight, I forgot the guy's name because I did heard of his name before. But he was the one that decided to say, you know what? Let's cut down these trees and put them in a house and decorate them. And they're supposed to be symbolized for some other things, but it's just crazy how one person can change history for a lot of people. Would
Mm-hmm.
life for a lot of people because at the end of the day, everybody doing this today. Imagine you, Ron, say, "Hey, let's go out there, cut these trees, dress them up, and bring them in the house." And you probably just saying some shit. It's your family probably, that'd be a cool idea. And you bring it in the house, and the neighbors say, "Damn, that's neat. Won't we do it?" And then we do it. Then now it's all over the world. You pass 1,000 years later, people still doing it.
That's fine.
Even though in the Bible it said you shouldn't cut down and decorate a tree. It literally
Yeah.
said you shouldn't. But we cut down trees just to print money. We cut down trees just to throw lights and stuff on 'em. They got the big tree in New York. So it's just like I'm not subscribed to any of these biblical books or anything. But if you is, you need to read. In your book, it tells you that you can't do these things. And it's just amazing to me because Christians celebrate it more than anybody because it's the birth of Jesus Christ, they say, in some stories overnight, but they own book preach against even putting the tree up. So mostly the guy we talking about and Shan, he just talking about putting the tree up, so he's like, he cool with, I guess, the rest, maybe not, but he just saying we just need to get rid of the tree. Just the tree symbolizing, just cutting down and decorating and praising or worshiping anything or any day to a tree is just weird. I know you ain't praising the tree, but just making it part of the ritual is a sin according to them books. What's your thoughts on that, Ron? You Christian? Do you understand what they mean by that in the Bible?
I want to say, I want to sing this all to all you fake Christians, to your fake pastor that's sitting up there with a Christmas tree. In Deuteronomy, I think it's 5:10. It talks about going into the forest and cut the tree down. It is these churches are not telling the people the truth. They're going side with the world saying because you're supposed to be set apart from the world. And here it is, you got a Christmas tree sitting up in your church, and your pastor is telling you this the day that the Lord was born on. The scripture does not talk about when he was born. Because if it was Jesus' birthday, we wouldn't be giving him nothing because we don't give him nothing now. We only pick him up when we need him. So my thing is today's world is said everything is right, in which everything is wrong. We go through this every year. Here it is that people are spending all this money on their kids, knowing their kids don't respect them because they feel that if they don't get their kids nothing for Christmas, they're gonna feel misused, mishandled, and they feel like their parents don't love them because all their friends got stuff for Christmas. And you have to understand the enemy is very tricky. The enemy will give you whatever your heart desires. He's going to give you, if you want a church that's celebrate Christmas, he's going to give you that. He's going to give you exactly what your heart desires because he already know that he don't even believe in Christmas. He knows that, but he knows that you don't believe it. So he's going to go and deceive you and tell you this is the day that the Lord was born. Who says that? Who came up with that lie? Only people I know that profit from this is the retailers. And the retailers are making lots and lots of money, but why you constantly going to debt? Some people get depressed because they can't do nothing for their kids. Some people get so depressed to a point to where that, man, I feel like an unfit parent because I can't give my child nothing for Christmas. But yet throughout the year, you provided for your child. You gave them food, you gave them clothes, you gave them shelter. But yet you taking an extra step into this fictitious world called Christmas, and everybody wants to be a part of something. And once you feel like you're a part of something, now you fit in. And now that you fit in, and now that you see at the end of the day, you're going to be used like a rag doll. And some of us feel, though, that we are so precious and so wanted because we celebrate Christmas, and yet some of you all don't even have a place to stay. Some of y'all don't even have food to put it in your kids' mouth. But yet you rather go out here and spend all this money on what? Nothing. I don't know, Molly. It's just something that I just see now that the world is backwards. It's moving backwards at a fast rate, and we are losing grip of it. First of all, celebrate Christmas is just a pagan holiday, and people know it's a pagan holiday, but they still celebrate because why? Just want to fit in. So, what do you think, Molly?
Think you hit all the key points. My girl, Miss Hers in here. Hey, Miss Hers. Y'all watching? Put something in the comments. Don't be shy. I know it's Christmas. Your family ain't gonna hate you for it. But buddy, that if y'all missed the video, he was talking about why you shouldn't put trees in the house overnight. And kids, that's the one thing they love, decorating a tree. I remember that growing up, like, oh, it's time to decorate the tree. The more you can do, you happy. You want to put one of your toys up there. You want to put a candy cane up there. You want to be, oh, I decorated that side. So it, as a family, I understand they love it. It's something they can do but it's so many other things we can do as a family. So I started to see that it's people that's spending money on Christmas, and there's a lot of people that's making money on Christmas. And you got to choose which one you actually want to be. So I choose the side I want to make money now. Mariah Curry, at the end of the day, she's making money on Christmas. Like every Christmas come around, she making that bag because of them songs she made. All these stores, they making money. Whoever a toy creator, they making money. Netflix even making money. They coming out with Christmas movies. So it's like I get it now. The holidays was created to make money and to put people back in debt. Because at the end of the day, if they can work and save money, they might go on vacation and see that it's other places in this world that's better than our country. And they might like going to them places. Some people go so much they start to move and live in those places. So if more Americans have more money to travel and see the world, that's dangerous for America. So what they do is they find ways to drain us. Every day is somebody's birthday. Every month is some holiday. And all these holidays, it takes money, and it's always around the time a week before rent due. Like it's the 25th, but Bill's still doing the first. It don't matter. New Year's coming. Yeah, turn up. Yeah, we drink. We made another year to pay bills. That's why they always say the ball drop. We dropped the ball again. That's what they don't understand. It's a lot of stuff that they symbolize and they throw it in our face. And then when you see it, pisses you off. So early on, when I first started learning these things, yeah, I was pissed. I was telling a lot of people, man, don't celebrate it. And I was Christian at the time when I found out. So I was really against it, because I'm like, dang, they tricked us. They say the devil always find ways to trick you. And I was like, dang, he tricking us with this. I'm thinking that when I lost Santa, I was introduced to Jesus' birthday. We don't celebrate Christmas like the kids no more. We celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. So to find out, and reading like, dang, he couldn't have been born around this time. Then find out about the winter solstice. We're going to get into that. You start to realize like, oh man, they get a lot of these things from stuff right there, like your pineal gland. They talking about when the sun reaches a certain part of the universe and come back. So the sun dies every 22nd of December or something, and it rises again on the 25th. And this happens every year. So we does see Jesus die in return. We does see Jesus walk on water all the time. I see it right there on the water right now, and the sun reflecting off the water. So it's a lot of stuff they actually put in stories as if a man did it, but when they was talking about the sun, they was talking about the disciples with him, but they just talking about the zodiacs in the sky. The sun go through those zodiacs, come back around. So there's a lot of symbolic stuff that they put in these little stories, and I like it. Even with Santa Claus, they talking about your pineal gland. I share a video with Jim Curry, break it down a lot better than I can. But that's all they talking about, reaching your higher self. Pinocchio becoming a real boy, a real spirit. Like you gotta let go all the negative things. You gotta let go the negative people. You gotta put down the drugs and the alcohol and all. And once Pinocchio did that and stopped lying, once he stopped lying, he became a real boy. You don't become a real you. You don't become Christ. You don't become nothing like Christ until you put down all the child things. I think one of those things, these holidays, I ain't saying, you because you celebrate them. But at the end of the day, if you know, I want to know why you continue to do so. Why you think they do wrong, even the ones that know.
Well, I just think that people just don't want to believe anymore. I think people just want to just gonna believe in something because they done lost reality, a touch of reality. So I want to read something in the scripture in the book of Jeremiah 10:3-4. And this goes out to you fake Christians. This goes out to you Christians that say you love the Lord and this is his day. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers. That is, that it do not move. And that scripture is basically saying that people want to believe in the customs, want to do the customs, is because they don't believe in God. They only, like I say, they only believe in God when they need him, when they need a temporary fix, or they want to get out of jail. And it is you talking about Christmas, and yet you don't give nothing in return to God at all. All he asks for is yourself. Sacrifice yourself to him. But yet we rather sacrifice ourselves to Christmas, go out and buy iPads and all the expensive gifts, something that you know you cannot afford. But yet you want to be like you're doing something spectacular. But yet the scriptures say that people are going to suffer for a lack of knowledge. And this is it. Because you see the ignorance of the people during major holidays. They go all out. Halloween, they go all out. St. Patty's Day, they go all out. They always want to be attached to something. No matter what it is, it can be good, it can be bad. As long as they're attaching themselves to something that they want to be a part of. And we are so desperate to be a part of something. We don't care how much we got to sacrifice. We're going to say, girl, I did that. Oh, man, I did that. But yet, did you really partake in something that you didn't understand? Now, here it is. I saw something online as far as the Vatican opening up a, a, a plateau or a door that never been opened, and they open it on Christmas Eve. And this is the stuff that I be talking about. And it's all the stuff that you're seeing is in the scriptures. This is why I say that we have to get closer to God. No matter what you do, it all falls back to the Creator who created us. Because when we die, we're going to answer in front of Him, and He's not going to give you no mercy because you have not given Him the mercy by sacrificing your life for Him. And we, as the people, have to understand something. We're going to perish one day, and we are constantly passing this lie down. I want to throw a question out there. How can black people celebrate Christmas when we were in slavery? Our ancestors getting beat, getting torched, get hung. Now, if you step back and look at it, that the other culture get excited for these major holidays. How can we celebrate something that we have no knowledge of? Memorial Day. We talking about the soldiers and all. What about the black people that was beaten? If you go back and do your homework, what that means, Memorial Day. If you go back and do your homework, stop trying to latch on to something that you have no understanding of. This lie been passed down to generation to generation about Christmas. This lie has outlived some of our parents, and it's just constantly getting passed on. Well, my mom and daddy did it, so I got to carry on tradition. So you rather go with hell with your mom and daddy? What do you think, Molly? I thought you said Miss Harris was on here. I would love to get some intake from her.
Yeah, she watching. She watching. She ain't. She wasn't in here with us though. She in the comments.
Oh, she in the comment.
Yep, yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
They gave me that little bar. You know, they be putting on Scream Yard like my connection was a little off. I was making sure I was still here. But we're gonna get into Santa Claus, you know, because a lot of kids love Santa. Uh, when you was young, I knew kids that was scared of Santa. You know, it was funny. You know, I used to find that so funny when people dress up as Santa and some of the kids were scared. And you know, people take their kids to the mall. I don't know if they do it anymore, but I know at one point you used to have take your kids to the mall to get a picture with Santa. And it was always weird when I got older to allow my daughter to sit on Santa's lap. That's the first time when I had my daughter. Before that, it never bothered me. When I was a kid, I would probably jump on Santa's lap, but when we got older, we was like, nah, we stand beside Santa, like it's cool, you know. But when I had a daughter, and when she wanted to sit on his lap, I just was like, nah, I don't like that. You know, then I started to look like all the kids sit on Santa's lap. Like, who came up with that? You know, and I was like, well, they just kids. You know, I ain't think nothing of it. Then I started reading up on a lot of things as years went on. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's a lot of pedophilia stuff going on with this, you know, but it's even deeper meaning to it, even when they got it from. Because it's always I be want to know who started what. And, you know, so when people hear a story, they assume, oh, this where it came from. And then when I found out, oh, they got the story from these people, and this where it came from. And the whole time they was talking about you know, Santa Claus is a fluid that runs in your body. I'm gonna share this clip from Jim Curry. I think he broke it down the best, aka the best Grinch that ever do it. Watch what he say, Ron. 1 more time for the people, man.
Yeah, it's not coming through clear, Molly.
For real?
Yeah.
Mm. Just stop it. I'ma just stop it. I don't
You
know
know
why
how they do.
sometimes, man. They be hating on us,
Yeah,
Ron.
you know how they be doing.
That's cool. I'ma just refresh and come right back in. I ain't doing this today. We gotta talk to the people.
Yeah, the heathens. How you doing, heathens? I want to ruffle some feathers today. And you have to understand a sick pervert telling the kids to come sit on Santa's lap.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
That's hopefully this joint played clear. I don't know why I was doing that. It does it sometimes. It's Christmas, so I don't know. It probably be lit today. Everybody online. They got their new devices, new toys. Appreciate y'all watching. If y'all in here, please like, please share. Don't be afraid to comment. We will respond to your comments. I know around this time people don't be trying to hear that. But I love it though. But check this clip out, y'all. Give us y'all thoughts in the comments. We basically getting on Santa Claus topic now. What's the meaning of Santa Claus and where it came from? It's Jim Curry breaking it down on somebody's late night show.
There's 33 vertebrae in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus. There is a substance or liquid that comes from your medulla. This substance comes from your medulla, makes the trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is the Christ coming down into human form. And if you don't squander that essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven, which is your thing. It's also the story of Santa Claus. Why he comes down the chimney is because this juice or this whatever substance actually passes what's called the claustrum, which is where they got Santa Claus. So it goes down the chimney and back up the chimney. There's 30
down the chimney and back up the chimney again. Your claustrum. What up, Alan? My boy Alan here. I know the comments working then. I know that. I mean, every Christmas we get less comments. You know, that's how it works on Christmas. But it's cool though. As long as I know people watching. I know we just had like 11 people in here. It then dropped again. And it's something about hearing the truth about Christmas and Santa Claus. It bothers some people. I think it got a lot to do with their programming. If you program to believe one thing or like one thing, then if somebody speak negative against it or talk any other way out of your understanding, you automatically get pissed and in defense mode. I see it when people like athletes, like they can like I'm an Eagles fan. The Redskins beat us, like well Commanders. Like I can care less. Like I understand this football. Like this shit goes on every year, the same time. We play the same team, so it don't bother me. But I see other people that's Eagle fans that it bothers them. They pissed off, and it's like, okay, we lost. We just ain't played good enough to win. But they just won't accept that. You know, they got to find reasons. Oh, no, they cheated. This happened, that happened, that happened, this happened. Yeah, I get all of that. But at the end of the day, it's just a football game, you know. But I see that's how people get the defense when you talk about holidays they like even birthdays. Like, I don't celebrate my birthday. I don't turn up no more. I used to, but I even know that now you shouldn't even do. And that's just off what I believe. And that ain't mean that people should not celebrate their birthday. I just tend not to blow money no more on my birthday. I tend not to blow a lot of money on these holidays. I don't mean you just can't go out there and enjoy and thank God for another 360. But I just feel like people just gotta, if you're gonna talk about it, you gotta actually live it. It's cool if you don't talk about it and you don't live it, but the ones that bother me is the ones that talk about it heavily and then they don't live it at all. So it just doesn't make sense to me. I just think some people, they like to know the information, but to apply it in life, they will never do that with anything. And I think that's what happens with a lot of us. We smart. There's a lot of smart people out here. We just don't apply it to real life. You know, it's people out here that can cook. They're not going to apply it to becoming a chef. There's people out here that can fix on cars. There's rental car. They're not going to apply it into opening up a shop. It's a lot of people that can just draw their ass off. They're not going to apply to becoming a designer or something like that. So I just see it. And then those who actually apply it, they don't most times have all of the knowledge that the people that don't, but they get pissed off. It just, when you actually apply it and put action behind it, the results will show. So that's how I look at it with a lot of these things, Ron. I think a lot of people will continue to celebrate these holidays. They will continue to go broke, stress. I heard that this one of the months that they commit majority, like most suicides. I heard the numbers possibly went down, but I heard that most people commit suicide around the Christmas times, and it's sad, like that's a lot of pressure on you. You ever felt pressure around the Christmas time? Feel like you might don't have enough or had enough to get for your kids and pay bills?
No, first of all, I told my kids from the womb, such thing as Santa Claus. Just think of it. How are you going to have a Christmas and you got a white man with a gray beard, red suit, reindeers going across the world? He sees all. He knows who's naughty and good. Now you don't put Santa Claus on a pedestal saying that he's God, because the only person that can do that is God. He knows all. He sees all.
Mm.
So how is it that you have a pedophile that you call Saint Nick? I want to throw a question out there. If you live in an apartment building, there's no chimney in apartment buildings. So you telling me this pedophile is going to knock on every door, eat your cookies, drink his milk, and leave you a present behind? That sounds like some pedophile stuff to me. And the thing about it, even had Michael Jackson sing, "I saw mommy kissing Santa." Look at the stuff that's being exposed, and people are not paying attention. They put it in your face. Here it is, like you were saying earlier. They go to the malls, PG Plaza, Westfield Mall, and Montgomery Mall. All these malls, you got a pedophile sitting in a chair, having the kids pounce on his lap. You don't know if this man is a pedophile. He's not supposed to be beside kids or near kids or even looking at a child. But you allow your child to go sit on a white man's or a black man's, it makes it convenient for you. They even, okay, we'll give him a block center. They make it convenient for you. This man could be an alcoholic. This man can play with his manhood and have your child come sit on his lap. You don't know about these pedophiles. And then you taking a picture, you even trying to kneel down as Santa, taking a picture with Santa. Look at that lie been told. Moreover, but yet we as people always want to be accepted again. We cannot go through this life just accepting anything. You got the people saying that it's okay to go out here and dress up as Saint Nick. The stores decorated. You go out here and go to Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Hackett Mall, all these places go get a Christmas tree, but yet you not telling the child that this a lie. I know it's a lie, but I want my grandchildren to have the best Christmas because I didn't have a Christmas. Be truthful with your kids. Look, there's no such thing as Christmas. Santa Claus is not real. Santa Claus is mommy and daddy who go out here every day in the snow, sleet, and rain to make sure that you got a roof over your head. But yet, what makes you deserve more than what I'm giving you? People out here are just going haywire for one day, and then you got people coming in for New Year's. This is a new year. I'm bringing in new stuff, joy. But if you have not repented or gave your life to Christ, you still coming in the new year with the same doo-doo. You coming in the world with the same mess that you left out in 2024. You sitting up here talking about it's a whole new year, but yet you continue to do the same thing from time after time after time. But yet you see nothing wrong with what you're doing because, for one, you sitting up here saying that it's all for my grandchildren. So you just continue to lie to your grandchildren that there's a such thing as Christmas. But yet you're not telling your child about God, but you'll quickly tell your child about Christmas that have no reference in your life. You sitting up here spending your rent money, your car note money, your car insurance money, your electric bill, just to get your kids something that they want. No, I remember coming up, we ain't had no Christmas because you know why? It's because Christmas was every day. 365 days a year when you walk in there, you go in the bathroom, get take a leak, and you get to turn on the light. That's a Christmas present right there. Because some people don't even have no light in their house. You got somebody in the house right now sitting in the dark. You got somebody right now starving. You got somebody right now caught getting repo because they trying to give their kids something to make them feel good. So my thing is only Monty, boy. I tell you, only Monty.
What Monty talking about? Hey, Marty,
Only
you know he still on Santa. Say he sitting on Santa Lab at Iverson Mall. You stupid. Hey, what up, Trey Money? What up,
What's up,
Monty?
y'all? What's going on?
Oh man,
Ain't too
Monty
much.
got dying laughing. I know Monty spent at least 10,000.
yeah,
Monty
Monty.
playing boy. Monty. Well, his kid's older now, so they probably got everything. They already got all the games and stuff. So I ain't pretty sure what you do for Christmas, Monty. Monty probably on vacation right now. Trey, you just popping in, man. We just talking about why some people out here deciding not to celebrate Christmas. A lot of people been getting heckled and it just been a back and forth arguments I've been seeing
Mhm.
online. And I'm just like, everybody gotta respect each and of the decision, but in the day try to understand each other. And we just trying to explain to people why some people out here don't celebrate and why some people do. But at the end of the day, don't try to become hateful towards one another. And that's
I think
what
that's right.
tends to happen now, because a lot of people been waking up and finding out what's the real meaning behind Christmas. And if they subscribe to any religion, they books preach to not celebrate it, or preach do not cut down the tree and decorate it. And
Yeah,
if you don't know that information, you hearing somebody just saying, I don't celebrate Christmas. You like, why not? You just think they're a Grinch, instead of
yeah,
listening to them and allowing them to explain why they don't. Because most of these people who don't now, they did before. So to that
yeah,
person, they like, you a hypocrite, nigga. You weren't saying that 10 years ago. Well, 10 years ago, they
yeah,
didn't have that knowledge. So how do
yeah.
you feel about Christmas, and why you think people out here today don't celebrate?
Well, after I answer your question, I'm gonna close out and then come back in because I noticed my screen was frozen.
Go ahead.
But anyway, when it comes to why do I think people, you said why do I think people celebrate it? Was your question?
Yeah, either way, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, well, a lot of what we do is passed down. A lot of people don't even know why they celebrate it. It's just something that their family members passed along, or something that you was kind of raised into. Um, I, like I said, until a certain age, actually um, celebrate it. Now I just participate. And it's unfortunate. I said this to somebody this morning. It's unfortunate that I'm totally fine with sitting downstairs, being on my phone or my laptop or whatever, and minding my business, and not having to be a part of the or whatever's going on upstairs with the guests in my house without being a party pooper. It's unfortunate that people will still ask me, "Oh, you okay? Oh, you don't want to come upstairs?" I'm good, and the reason why I'm good is because I'm only going to I'll see y'all next year around this time, but I'm not gonna see or talk to y'all all, in between. So, yeah, people celebrate it because to answer your question, people celebrate it because it's just often just passed down. A lot of people don't do research on it, which is why I don't really feel the same way about Christmas. I'm not gonna be a party pooper. But one thing I did say though that I appreciate that my family is doing this year, I think it's unfortunate for everybody's money to be tight to do it, but something called White Elephant or whatever, where you give a small gift that's like I think $50 and under or whatever. Whoever gets a gift or brings a gift can get one. Um, but yeah, I think people celebrate it just because it's passed down for real.
Yeah, I agree. We said a lot of them same things too. That's crazy. You want to know here. Monty
Yeah.
said, nope, not this year. Gave him a couple of dollars, not going broke. Monty said
Yeah.
they had a lot of good Christmas, boy. They got everything though. So it's like a lot of these kids, man, they get taken care of all year round. So I understand why Ron said like you got Christmas every day, but for kids, they don't see that, like my Christmas
Yeah.
was basic, most time we got stuff from the church, and we
Yeah.
look forward to that. Like them was our best gifts most times. And my
Yeah.
grandmother or one of them, they all to put up and get us a game. It wasn't just like I got a game for Christmas, PlayStation. No, me, my brother, all 12 of my nephews, all that we got a game for Christmas. So nowadays a lot of kids get a lot of individual gifts. They done took it to another level. Hey, I ain't hating on it because I wish I was able to get those things, but we had to share a lot back then. And when we got to a certain age, they let us know Santa not real. It was 12 years old, you're not getting no more gifts next year. Now you're gonna be part of wrapping the gifts. And if you got money to save, or you can get a summer job, you should buy somebody a gift. So
Hmm.
Jesus was introduced to us after that. This is about Jesus, the birth of Jesus. We celebrate Jesus. So we start doing Christmas plays. I was in the choir. I went to church every Sunday, sung in different churches with the choir, kicking
Yeah.
that. Anybody watching, they definitely know. And every year we did the Christmas play. My little brother done been in it so long. He played baby Jesus on up to he was playing the grown man, because that's how long we was in the choir. So
Yeah.
just having that program in you as a kid, and then when you get older and you start to hear these stories, I was just like these people that y'all run into. Like, man, turn up. What? You're a Grinch. Like, how you don't celebrate Christmas? Now, I ain't trying to hear that. They don't say that in the Bible. And I kept hearing that over and over. It don't say, and I tell them, it don't say, and I never cared to research. And then one day I said, you know what? I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm tired of them keep coming with this fake conspiracy theory and all this made up stuff. And I got to read, I was lost. I had to come to the like something not right. Everything
Yeah.
he's saying was right, and I'm like, dang, I did not listen because these people come to me. They Christians. They part of the church. Why would they hate Christmas on the day that Jesus was born? And then when I started to learn, I started to understand that I need to shut up more and listen. When I was young, I talked more than I listened. Now I tend to listen a lot more than I talk. To the point people like, damn, you ever talk? So I just like to learn, and I understand that I don't care what
Yeah.
it is. Somebody can believe that you parachute off the monument every fifth of the month. I want to know why he believed that shit instead of just saying it's stupid. I want to know what he got it from. Like, what would make him think something like that? But that's just
But
my.
I also need the parents to because y'all, it's like you raise your kids on lies, and then you turn around and tell them it was, everything wasn't true, what they thought was going on. I mean, when you grow up, you start to see stuff for yourself as a kid. You start to realize that you just seen your mom or your dad sneak some shit from the trunk and try to get it in the house. You peep a little shit, you peep it, but at the same time, uh, I was raised on questions getting shut down. Like that whole stay in a child's place. I believe there is a place that a child needs to remain in, when it comes to respect. But I was raised on you asking questions, they would get shut down. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we need to be more transparent with our kids. We need to start telling our kids the truth. There's nothing wrong with, doing something for the holidays or doing something, I guess, because everyone else is doing it. But I want to see some more transparency, some more truth from the parents, for real. Because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this comment, then hear from you, Ron. Monty said his kids didn't even trip off Christmas anymore. They told him they didn't want anything. They said, Dad, y'all taking us on a cruise in October. That's enough. I appreciate that from them. It showed me that they
Yeah,
appreciate the other things in life. That's big right there. I
yeah,
see.
for real.
Ron, I know you got your daughters some. They ain't playing with you, boy. What you giving them snuff? They don't be playing. Maybe the youngest one okay, but I know the oldest one. I need that.
Well, like I said, moreover, we grow up. and we watch our parents do foolish things, and we pick up their habits. And when we pick up their habits, we pass it on to our kids, like Christmas. Now, I know for sure that when my parents was coming up, they didn't have a lot of Christmas stuff. But it seems like this generation is more trying to please their kids instead of trying to please God. And it all falls back to God. I don't care anything about how man feel about me. I don't care how you think about me. And you can say what you want. I know where I come from and I know who created me. But at the end of the day, I look at it that you tell your kids don't lie to you, but yet you try and lie to your kids. Now, that's contradicting what you're telling your child. But mommy, you telling me there's a Santa Claus, but then there's not a Santa Claus because I hear other kids talking. There's no such thing as Santa Claus. Oh, you don't believe them. Santa Claus is real, boy. Get out my face, girl. Get out my face. But
Mhm.
yet, as a parent, we want to be so close to our kids and be friends with our kids to a point to where we continue to pass this life on down to our kids to a point to where you don't matter what the consequences is. You better just tell your kids there's a such thing as Santa Claus. Like I was saying before, Santa Claus come in the hood. He come down your chimney. Matter of fact, they showed it on Ice Cube and Mike Epps episode on I think it was next Friday to where
Friday. Yeah.
yeah, Friday after next, which one it was, but it's showing the house at the end, Santa Claus got beat because he came into the hood and stealing gifts. Ice Cube and Mike Epps beat the brakes off. So this is what I say. If Satan did come into the projects, he come from Mississippi Avenue, Roland Avenue, Martin Luther King. He's going to get. He might not make it up out of there. He might not make it. And he talking about, yeah, I'm Santa Claus. Santa Claus, this nigga. Bah! I'm telling you. So my thing is, be honest with your kids. At least the older they get, they can start making their own decisions. But now you done put something in your child's head that's gonna have them living this fantasy life. Santa Claus is real. I believe in Santa Claus, and I'm gonna decorate my door. I'm gonna decorate my house with Christmas curls. I'm gonna put the biggest Christmas tree I can up. But yet you continue to lie to your child. You might lose your job 2 days before Christmas. You still gonna tell your kid that's a Santa Claus? That's when the real true side of a black person come out. Let them lose their job 2 days before Christmas.
Right,
And
yeah.
let them see
When the money
Santa
funny.
Claus
Yeah,
really is. And
yeah.
so, what do you
Today.
think about this trade?
Um, yeah, like I don't. It's I don't know. It was always kind of weird to me. I was young, wondering why the hell my parents wanted me to sit on this white man lap. I was wondering why, if I never had white men or white people in my house, I don't know why this white man that I don't know, that I never seen, is coming in my house and y'all allowing it. So from the beginning, I already had questions. Like shit never would make sense to me. I never just went along with shit. Now my thing is people that celebrate Christmas. Um, Even in my house, I'll give you an example. Upstairs, breakfast time. I don't necessarily claim any specific realm. I'm reading about everything that, like all information that's available and everything around me because it's a whole lot in this world to see and to read about. But I didn't see anybody praying over the breakfast, blessing the breakfast. I didn't see anybody pray in general. I didn't hear any gospel music or anything like that. I didn't hear any conversations about, I just never heard dialogue on uh, Christmas. It was just always a thing of gifts. I mean, you get told, what it's supposed to be for, but I don't know. Like I don't want to I don't want to teach my kids that. I would rather give them some values and do some helping and reaching out to people like resources and stuff, but I don't want my kids to be consumed like some of the kids like in my or younger people that's younger than me in my family. So it started to become a thing of competition. Who could get the best gift? Who got the most expensive, LV bag or some shit like that? I don't know.
Mhm.
But everybody trying to outdo each other. It just I always stay downstairs. I made a story about it this morning. I'm outside right now in the backyard because I just don't. Luckily for this white elephant thing they're doing, where you just give a gift and it's like a under $50 amount or whatever. You do something slight. We only doing that because people's the economy hitting, so everybody's money is tight. But before and every other Christmas, it'll be the most lavish, dumbass gifts for no reason. But I just would like to see some prayer and stuff around it. I don't claim to be Christian or anything specific, but at the same time, for people that say, I just feel like people only use the Lord and use God when it's times like this, or they need something. So I just want to see more people practice what they preach and live a certain way regardless of the time of the year. I don't like being told when to do something. Get your girl some flowers. Wait till this, Valentine's Day to get your girl some flowers. Pick some shit up anyway. Get a gift, in the middle of the year regardless. I don't wait till the time of the year. If I heard you say something that you like, if I can afford to do it at the time, I'm going to get it. But I don't like how everybody waits and groups up to buy gifts at the end of the year when you don't see each other or talk to each other, throughout the year. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
I
agree.
don't know.
Trey. It's mandatory. Look at, hey, good game, Monty. He talking about some. Hey, Marley, hell to the
I see.
Redskins.
I seen
It's
that shit. Yeah.
the Commanders. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commander. But
Man. Yeah,
with
it's
another
love.
Trey, we got a lot of people out here that's living like that. And I just always go back to when I was younger. I seen the programming. Christmas songs was played damn near the whole month of December. We had to put the lights outside, and it used to be fun. As you get older, you get tired of doing it. But I just never really got really into it after I started to learn this information. It just
Yeah.
faded me away. And it didn't just
Yeah.
happen quick. Like the first year I heard, I ain't celebrating no more. No, as time went on, I was like, how can I know this and still do it? It was hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm still doing it. I used to buy my nephews and them, man, all $500 games. Daughter, man, $3,000 on this. I done bought my baby mother a car before, a laptop, and these was things like I really used to save up for because I wanted to do them good on Christmas. And as time went on, I never really got gifts. Nobody bought me gifts, and I started people onto that, even when I'm learning this information, I was like, I understand that, I'm supposed to be giving, but there's supposed to be a time of giving, and I'm doing majority of all the giving. It's like don't matter what
Yeah.
it is, who it is, and I like it, I loved it, but at the end of the day, it got some rough times. And I couldn't call on nobody and say I needed help. It didn't make sense to them. Like, how the hell you need help? Because I done blew at least 8 grand on just Christmas alone. And
On
then when you
just
get
Christmas.
they
Yeah.
they lost their game. You like, dang, $300 on that little hand game, them little
Mhm.
about all of them won. It's five of them.
Yeah.
They all lost it. My sister tell me though, don't buy it. I'm like, nah, them my nephews, and I'm gonna get. She like, nigga, these my kids. I'm telling you, like let them share one or two. Now one of them had individual. Cause when we grew up, we had to share one system. We had to do. So I wanted them to have their own. Like and it just like, damn, you gotta learn. So for my nephew, don't make the same mistake. I try to preach to them, like it ain't about, just blowing that bag on Christmas. Cause at the end of the day, they forcing you to do certain things that you might not be in position to do. Cause it was a couple of years I wasn't in position to
Yeah.
actually buy certain things, and I did crazy things to get the money. I'm talking about shit that I never do today. Not nothing sexual. I ain't selling my body, but you know,
Oh,
just
all
back
right.
streets doing things that you preach against, with the kids. Like you don't want to be out here doing this. I can't be telling them don't do it. And I'm out there doing it, but I feel like I had to do it so my kid can be happy. My niece and that. And I was like, I can't keep doing that. I'm risking my freedom. And there's people out here that really do that. They risk their freedom. It's men out here really risking their life. out here selling all types of shit, drugs and all types of crazy things. Women out here selling their bodies just to make sure their kids got what they got. And I love when I see they post like, "Oh, I look what I got my kid." I'm like, I love it. You know, that you can afford to
Mhm.
get your kids that. Hopefully you saved up a little more to be able to keep going after that. But I can't imagine what you had to do to get it. Cause a lot of these people posted they don't got jobs. They ain't got no average 9 to 5 like most people or a nice corporate job. So it's like if I see you dancing and you in the club a lot, you on vacation, I don't know what you're doing. It could be some online, but you can tell most people that's in that lifestyle. So it's like I don't know
Yeah.
how many men you had to go through to get that, but the kids don't know that. You know, they don't understand what you put your body through just to make sure they got a smile on their face. And they might just ride the bike for a day and say, I don't even like that motherfucker no more. It's so many things I got for Christmas that I picked up that day and I put right down. What's some things that you remember getting wrong growing up when you was young? If you got anything other than the ass whooping.
Yeah, I got a few of those. Um, I remember, I think I was about 6, 7 years old. I got back then. I got the little Muhammad Ali like a blow up doll that you punch and the joint just come back because it had like stuff at the bottom to make it bounce back up.
Yeah, the sand joint. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I got teed off because I saw my sisters now got better gifts than I did. So I got mad and I took my sister doll baby and I burnt the head off it. Because I got mad because they got more gifts than I did. All I got was a racetrack and a fake Muhammad Ali joint. And I'm like, nah, that's not what they. I see they got they got mad toys, and I'm like,
What I put on
hold
my list, bro.
on. I know for sure that I wasn't a good kid, but God dog, I ain't deserve. All I got was two things, man. But I didn't realize as I got older, I didn't know what my father had to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was working 2 full-time jobs, but still trying to keep food on that table and keep a roof over me and my sister and them head. But at the end of the day, people don't understand the value and priorities no more. We rather go put our
Mhm.
money into buying $1,000 wig and put grass on our eyelashes without cutting the eyelashes. And we put armor oil on our lips. We rather put
Mhm.
value into different things, but at the same time, we don't put value into our kids. For example, we're going to spend all this money for Jordans, all this stuff for McQueens and Prada, Gucci, but yet we don't even have any money put aside in case when our kids pass away. Why don't we invest that money that we give to our kids for Christmas? They're gonna tear the toys up by next week. Or like you just said, Mark, they're gonna get tired of it. They ain't gonna want to be bothered with the toy no more. And you go out here and put a life insurance on your kid because these kids don't even have these kids don't even get to see Christmas because half of them in the grave right now.
Yeah.
And half of them that's 11 to 12 years old are carjacking people out here.
Yeah. That's
Because
it.
at the end of the day, you have to understand something. Our youth is misguided. And because of the older folks want to be so much in their bag, so much on themselves, they lost focus of the next generation behind them. And now, by later on today, probably 6 o'clock news, you're going to hear somebody got robbed, somebody got killed, all this stuff. And then this is supposed to be Jesus' birthday. How is it his birthday? He is getting nothing in return. They even gave Jesus a stocking with some coal and some switches in it.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, this is why I say invest in your children, not by giving them. Give them wisdom. If you don't have wisdom, speak it to somebody else so that you can pour water into that cup. And sometimes we as adults, We want to say they grown, they grown, they grown, but at the end of the day, what did you pour into them for them to be grown? They know how to open their legs real quick.
Yep.
They know how to spill their seed into a woman. What are we teaching our children of today? We're teaching our kids how to celebrate Christmas, but yet we're not teaching our kids nothing else. Survival mode out here.
Yeah.
Survival mode to our kids is they go ahead and take from somebody else.
Yeah.
This is survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
And
that
we,
teaching consumers though? Isn't that making the kids consumers? Like when I see so many black parents be like, "Oh, my child's so spoiled," but isn't this teaching you to be spoiled when you can just request something because you were good for the year in school or whatever, and you can just write a list and it'll possibly like be under your tree when you wake up? Isn't that teaching like kids to be consumers and be to expect things and all the stuff that parents be complaining about? Not all the stuff, but majority
but
fulfilling
this
the
is what I
titles
say.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
This is what I say. And and I just be 100% with it. White folks, Chinese, Indian, Pakistani, Japanese, they do not teach their kids how to be slaves. They teach their
yeah,
kids how to be bosses. Only people that teach their kids how to be slaves is black folks and Spanish. Go out here and work, 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 work. But yet, this is why I'm not getting off topic because it still falls under Christmas.
yeah.
This is why we're teaching our kids. Why you think Trump keeps saying drill baby, and they got the nerve to say they taking all the black jobs. This is why I say black people has been a rug under people's feet, and we continue to be under people's feet. Why? It's because we don't have no respect for ourselves. We drink, we invest our money into stupid stuff. Tennis shoes, weed, alcohol, clothes, jewelry, and cars. We teach our kids the opposite of what in today's society is supposed to be. Now, all our adults that's in my age bracket, we are old folks now, and we have failed this generation. And at the end
Mm,
of the day, I look at it that we continue to fail our generation. We're constantly teaching our youth how to be on somebody else's foot or feet. So this is why I say, instead of you going out here buying PlayStation, Xbox, Jordans, McQueens, Nike, buy some insurance on your kids. Teach your kids how to get into the stock market. Invest in your children. If your kids know how to do hair real good, and if you live in a house, make your shed their shop. So that way you're teaching them how to be independent. You're teaching them a skill. You're teaching them how to survive if they don't never find a job. They will
yeah,
always, one thing you always will have, if you know how to do hair or cut hair, you should never be broke. We are
yeah,
teaching our kids the wrong trades. We are teaching our kids how to rob people, how to run scams on people, but we're pouring the wrong energy into our kids. What do you think about that, Mom?
It's gonna keep pouring because monkey see, monkey do, and a lot of these parents they ain't nothing but big kids, and I had to realize that when I became an adult. I was just a big ass kid when I turned 21. People thought you grown, you can do it. No, no, I ain't know what I was doing what I want, but I was still just a bigger kid. But as I got wiser, that's when I feel like okay, I became an adult. Now I'm grown, and I really don't think that happened till I damn near hit 30, because
mhm,
I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to party. I wanted to fly here, fly there. I wanted this, everything material. I wanted 5 cars, living in an apartment with threes. Like just dumb shit, things that I wouldn't even do today, but at least I know is and I grew from that, like them things I won't constantly do no more. But now that I see other people doing it in their 50s, I'm like, shit, I 60s, it's just like, oh, it ain't really an age thing, it come with just experience. Some people got to go through some things to grow. And some people just choose not to grow up at all. You know, they still do a lot of the kiddish thing. They still play the same. They still hang around some of the same friends. So they feel like they don't have to grow up. And then they get pissed off at them people who do. Oh, you changed up. Fuck you mean I change? I supposed to change. Caterpillar don't supposed to stay a
Right.
caterpillar, do he? You know, he changed, you know. So I just like every year you should change, you know, you should find somebody that's willing to change with you. You got friends that's gonna understand that we all grow, we all change with growth. If you growing, that's gonna bring change. So I just think people got the same mindset that they had in middle school and high school, you know, that they still
Mhm.
doing today. You know, they might still be chilling all day playing Madden and 2K, smoking weed. I don't know, but if they still doing that and they was doing that in high school, you know, it's like some people just don't grow from certain things. Some people get stuck. And it ain't no different than a lot of these athletes. You know, you play football and basketball way up, then you get to college, then some of them play as pros. You know, it's just like you still playing a childish game, but it's good that you're getting paid for it. But a lot of these dudes don't actually physically grow up. That's why they tend to make mistakes and tend to do the same dumb shit. You be like, dog, you got all these millions of dollars. Why would you do some dumb shit like that? Because he's still a kid with a lot of money. That's all it is. And when they starting to get these kids so much money off YouTube and all these streaming platforms, that it's unstoppable. They can sit in the house and play the game and become a
They're getting
millionaire
money.
now. So why
Yeah.
would I want to change from that? You know, so they gotta stay a big kid to get the views, to get the likes. I see the dude Cannon or I don't know Kai. He a little short, dark skinned dude.
Casanat, yeah.
He be having everybody in his basement. I'm like, he would never grow up. Kevin Hart and them would never grow up. They in there playing like fucking kids, smacking each other in the meat and all types of stuff, playing all type of weird game. But it's just for viewership. And I understand they trying to make money, but physically that kid would never grow up. And when he finally decide to, they won't let him. You know, the minute he decides, say, no, I can't do this kid shit no more. I gotta bring in. We don't need you no more. We need you to continue to be a fucking joke. We need you to come on here and make people laugh, act a fool of yourself. And I just feel like when you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you shouldn't be doing half the shit I be seeing them doing on that show. But they
Yeah.
do anything for money. So as long as money around, they feel like that's what's gonna get them to the bag. You gonna have a lot of grown ass kids out here. Why grow up
And
when they
it's
paying you to stay young and dumb?
and it's starting to be an addiction for the parents too, because like I was saying on Reese's show, when I mentioned parents, and we had a discussion about parents and kids, and I said that the child is watching their parent go, because mind you, y'all both aging at the same time, so you're watching that parent develop, especially if you had a younger parent like myself. My mom didn't just watch me grow up, I watched her grow up just the same. So like, oh, I mean, I don't know, I don't know.
I like that. You
Yeah.
watching your parents grow as well. Cause I know I was a kid when I first had my daughter. And I was 20. I was going on 21. Her mom was 21, just turned 21. And we was young. Like I told you, I wouldn't feel like I was grown till I got to my 30s, damn near, or about to be 30. And that just came with just going through certain things, losing people, you know, just losing money, you know, making bad business deals and just learning from stuff like that, understanding that if I'm gonna do this, I gotta actually learn the business. You know, I can't just say I want to do this, put the money out there and expect results, you know. So it was just like, dang, I started liking learning, you know, learning new things. And once I started to learn new things, I understand holidays where the money at. You know, now they got
Yeah.
40 more businesses open on Christmas. On Christmas. You know, that's because a lot of people not celebrating the holiday no more. So a lot of these businesses like shit, why not just stay open? Because these people ain't got places to go. A lot of these places like DC, we're a tourist attraction. So people here, they families elsewhere, they ain't got nothing to do. So some of these spots say, shit, let's open it up and put a Christmas tree with some lights. They're coming here, you know. So a lot of people understand that they not with this holiday. They don't even care to celebrate it. That's why you can go to Curry Out right now. Chan Lee and Chin Chin and Tina and them, they not celebrating that shit. They can care less about Christmas. All they care about them green dollars coming in. So I tell people, it's just what side of the fence you gonna be on. You either gonna be somebody who's gonna be spending money, or you gonna be making money. And like I said, now I'm deciding to be the guy that's making money. I ain't make too much today, but I ain't spend as much as I normally spend, So it's just like I just want to make sure that everybody out here spending their last. Now, if you got it, man, go ahead, do what you want to do. It's still so many other things you can do, with that money for your kids outside of Christmas. So I
But the
just be,
parents be on
man,
TikTok and shit too. The parents be on TikTok and all that shit too, posting just as much as the kids. So
oh,
like,
yeah,
they be ready to, take pictures of the stuff. They want to buy it just so they can show other people that they got this. Not even for the kid necessarily. The kid might have wanted it. The kid might have asked for it. But I see a lot of parents, 30, like our age and up or whatever, 40 something, whatever, that are like online just as much as anybody else. So it's. I was gonna ask the question of how do we redirect the idea of all this in the era that we're in when it comes to being a consumer, because this is the highest level of capitalism and stuff that I've seen and picked up on in my time. It's always been like that, but it's pushed so hard on you. Every, like you said, the Christmas music and stuff in the stores, that stuff is a month early. You already got candy canes and stuff going before you even
hmm
put your pumpkins out on your porch type of shit. So that's why time is moving so fast. Everybody feels like time is moving because you're rushed into everything. You put it on to the next thing before you even like finish Thanksgiving. They already got stuff out. But how do we revert that in the time of like access? Like you can order anything and have it just pop up to your door. How do you revert it back to not even what Christmas is supposed to be, but just back to people not treating giving the way they do, I guess is a good question.
I see you, Dame, in the comments. I just seen you put something in there. This ain't the Morning Max show. This a Christmas special we do every year. The brothers who don't celebrate Christmas, so we come on here and we have a podcast once a year. If you want to come on and invite it, cool. But I see you keep putting invite, send link, because I'm assuming you thinking we on the Morning Max show, and we're not. So we'd like
Yeah,
you to put some comments other than link and tell us how you feel about what we talking about, brother. Or text my phone. Let me know if you want to come in on the screen. But we just talking about why people don't celebrate Christmas. So if you celebrate Christmas, this might not be the show for you. That's why I ain't send an invite just to every and anybody. I sent to the people who really ain't celebrating Christmas like me. Like I'm just sitting over here chilling just another day, and I'm explaining to the people who does that's possibly watching why people may not celebrate Christmas. So we broke down, Bron and brought us some scriptures straight from the Bible that spoke on why you shouldn't cut down the tree and decorate it. We broke down Santa Claus, showed a video of Jim Curry talking about your costume that's in the brain and how the juice jumps all the way down to the bottom and come back up the chimney. So it's really, depends on the people. If you want to learn and understand why some of these people don't celebrate some of these holidays, man, come on in, tune, ask questions. If not, I understand. Some people don't want to hear that shit. Like I said, if it go against your programming, I understand. If you love Christmas like everybody else, and you don't want to hear anybody speak anything opposite of just liking Christmas and praising Jesus' birthday on Christmas, this might not be the show. But for your question, Trey, for us to get there, I think we got to create new traditions. That's what I really feel like more than anything. And I think this is one of them. There's something me and Ron been doing on a holiday. We come on here and we do a live and we
that's what's
talk
up.
about where these holidays come from, the history of it. Because that's what I like. We like to hear say, we were slaves. Don't you want to know where we come from? Don't you want to know the fuck these holidays come from that y'all celebrate every motherfucking month? Don't you
Yeah,
want to know why it's 365 days in a year? Don't you want to know what gravity really is? Don't you want to
yeah.
know instead of people just telling you shit? See, when they just tell you something about your race, then there's a problem. No, I read this. We came from here, we came from there, but when it come to holidays, I don't care. It doesn't say that. No, do the research. if you subscribe to those things. And I think the only thing we can do is do what they did back in them times. They created this shit. It was a pagan holiday at first, then somebody came and said, "No, what? No, we're gonna Christianize it. Instead of doing it this way and walking the streets ass naked and doing all this weird shit, we gonna do this." Because the church gonna adopt it, even though the church knew that they can't do half of those things. They don't supposed to have a tree in the house and all that. They didn't care because they seen money behind it. Money is the root of all evil. We all know that. The church, all these, they would do anything for money. And we see it, like they throw Christmas plays, they do all that, and it's just weird that the Bible preach against it. And if they don't, somebody come on here and tell us how they don't. Like, bring the evidence and show me, because I haven't found it. That's how my journey started. I was trying to prove to them that they was tripping. Then I found out, no, I was tripping. It's no different than the moon landing and all this other stuff. I started doing my research on a lot of things myself, and now that I'm in photography, I understand what CGI is. I didn't know what CGI was when I was younger. I was just like, oh, this tight. And they say CGI imagery. I was like, what that mean? I thought it was the
Yep.
company.
Computer generated intelligence.
Computer generated image. Meaning they made this image on the computer. This is not real. They did not snap this, because I used to wonder, like, how you get a picture of the whole earth? Like, I try to get a picture of just the monument. I got to get a certain foot back just to get the whole monument in the picture. So I'm like, who the hell is getting a picture of the earth? Like, you know how far you gotta get to get the whole earth in the lens. So it's just like, for people to believe shit like that, all they gotta do is put CGI. They creating people saying this person white, this person black. So now they got people arguing about a created character. Santa can be whatever color you want. People, why Santa black? That ain't even real. They got a black Santa, white. It can be Chinese Santa. It can be whatever Santa you want. Indian Santa, Pakistani Santa.
Yeah.
Day it was created, and it just like, it amazes me that some people do go through hard times, and then they go through a stressful month of December because they don't have, and that's because they believe in the program that they should have. But I think we should make our own traditions. Ron, what you think about that? What is about us just starting our own tradition? It ain't gotta be on the 25th. It can be on any day. Like, this the day that we celebrate the the life of Christ. It ain't gotta be the day that they gave. It can be whatever day we want it to be.
Well, well, Christ is every day. Ain't gotta be no special day. God lives every day, and you notice the world sins 364 days, but they so-called give him his reverence on his birthday. And the thing about it is, it just takes my mind back to the Temptations made the night before Christmas. Oh, through the house, not even a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Just listen at that. Just listen at that dumb stuff. And they made millions off of this. Millions. Here, you got China, you got every culture that comes over here. Don't celebrate none of this stuff. But they know, like you said, they leave them stores open because they know who's gonna run up in there. Niggas gonna run right up in there. Man, hey, I'm looking for the biggest Christmas tree you got. Sure, no problem. I will give you whatever you want. No problem at all. I will give you, just like the enemy, he will give you whatever you want. He'll come in any language. He will give you anything your little heart desires. They even made it because black people got tired of putting a white man up in their Christmas on the top of the Christmas tree. Now they got a black angel on top of the Christmas tree, a black Santa Claus on the yard. Man, listen at the ignorance and the stupidity. The scriptures say, "My people will suffer for a lack of knowledge." We do not want to feed the mind. We want to go what's accustomed to what's in front of us because they know change. If we accept this stuff that there's no Christmas, we know that change is going to persist in us, and that's something we don't want to do. We don't want to change. We want to say the same regular way, and that's just calling for what it is. You
Right.
niggas regular. And the
Yeah.
truth is that you get mad when I start talking like this, you get upset because one thing I know about folks, you got to be direct. You cannot cut no corners. Let's be honest with it. White folks love this time of the year. Now you and I know black people don't like being in on cold. We can't do cold weather because first of all we ash up too quick, and it's like no, don't care if you got 5 coats on, you still cold. White folks love this kind of weather. So why don't you, if you ever step back, they each holiday that comes around, they get excited about it. Let's go back to Thanksgiving. Look at the history behind Thanksgiving. We want to carve a turkey. You know how many people got killed on Thanksgiving? How the white folks always take, take, take. They always say black people take, take, take. Well, they are the ones who take it. They are the ones who benefit from this stuff. Walmart. Let's look at Walmart and Target. Alone, everybody knows Walmart is a $5 trillion company.
Mhm.
But yet they do not want to pay their associates nothing. They Target, same way. All these big corporations were look at Party City, how the CEO just came on here and destroyed everybody's life 2 days before Christmas. Just look at society has gotten so comfortable in their mess. And then when you bring it to them, you judge it. You can't tell me this. You can't tell me that. But yet, as a white man come and tell you you got diabetes, you're going to believe him. And here is a black guy tell you the same thing that white man told you, but yet you got diabetes and it's in stage 4. So we got to amputate your leg. Nah, man, I ain't doing that. But you don't listen to that white man. Who propaganda all this stuff? White folks. But yet, black people always want to be attached to something. And it's not, I'm not going off topic. It's just that when I go into this world, this is what I see. We want to be accepted on any kind of level, no matter what. We want to be
I
accepted
got
by
you.
a culture that's going to die just like us. They go out and buy the Christmas tree for a little Susie or a little Billy. Hey, Susie, what tree you think be fits in the house? I remember back then, it was more of coming together just as a family all together. But now, man, it's more of, man, it's whatever. I just look at it now that as a culture, as this world, we are doomed for hell if we don't repent and give our life back to God. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The world can give us whatever we want in our heart. But at the end, I'm not preaching. All I'm saying is get your life right with God before it's too late. Before it's too late. What do you think about that, Mom?
And they better get it right, especially if you're believing. We got our boy Dame in here. Dame,
What's up,
Dame.
comedy family? Love y'all. Happy holidays, all that shit. I'm a Jew. We just started Hanukkah, so I don't give a shit.
this the spirit, your spiritual family right here. I think you the only comedian
Amen.
on here that needed some laughter in here,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
How Christmas treating you, man? What you and Connie over there doing?
Oh man, Connie took we couldn't fit a whole turkey in the damn oven because we live in a travel trailer we travel around the country with. And so she had me fucking mashing this motherfucker down.
Broke the back on it.
I broke the back on it. I'm stabbing it, just to give it just enough space to get in there. So I basically flattened the damn turkey, and oh, it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be delicious. She's got peppers, onion. She's got candied yams. I think she put a vibrator in there. I mean, I don't know what she did,
Oh,
man, but she's a damn good cook.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, I know you gonna love that. We in here talking we're talking about Christmas, why some people out here don't celebrate it, and why we understand why they don't. We understand why some people do. The thing is, we don't understand why some people who actually know the information continue on. And I explained that when I first found out, I still was celebrating it but after a while it became hard to continue to be part of the traditions. But during this time, you should be even making money or you gonna stay on that side of spending money? What side you feel like you on, Mr. Money Man Dame? How you feel about Christmas?
Here. You heard my wife Connie. She's listening to you, Molly. She loves you. But what I've seen in my life, and I'm over 50 years old. I grew up 70s, 80s, and 90s. The only thing that I was taught is what commercialization is all about. Now, if you go back, Christmas was a time to just have fun with your family. You can go all over the damn planet, and there wasn't a Black Friday. There wasn't a White Wednesday. There wasn't what's that online one? I mean, I don't even get this shit anymore.
Cyber Monday.
I think now we've been programmed. And I agree with Uncle Rick that the presents are for kids, but us adults, the fact that we actually buy into that shit, we buy into it, and then we start buying. So all we are, and all of your companies around the globe, man, do they wait for Christmas in the United States? Because y'all are just out there at the malls, running your snotty ass kids around, going to the food court. I mean, everyone fucking goes. And then what do you have to do? You have to spend money on tape, paper, boxes. Then you have to do all that shit and, have a Christmas tree, whatever. I never understood, because I'm a Jew, because we have 8 days of light. And we get one little gift, and it's usually food or socks or something stupid. The commercialization is just obscene nowadays. I mean, it's absolutely obscene. And if you're going to have Christmas, Christmas is actually Christ Mass, right? That's why the Pope comes out.
That is sick.
Now, me personally, I don't put up no Christmas tree. I don't, wrap up a bunch of gifts and send them off to my kin today, because back in the day, that's what I did, because that's what I was taught to do. Now, today, we got all this technology. All I do is say, y'all never like the shit that I buy you anyway. So here, give me a call. Here's the Cash App. Or here's the MoneyGram, or here's the Walmart to Walmart. Here's your little $200, and you just go buy whatever the fuck you want. So, to me, today, Christmas ain't so fucking personal anymore.
It's commercialized.
Yeah.
Totally commercialized. Thank you, Connie.
Connie
My
hit it
wife.
right on the nose. My boy Dame, y'all just tapped in here, Jew. And as y'all see on the screen, say most Jews do not celebrate Christmas because it's a Christian holiday. How you feel about
Right.
that, Ron? How is that basically a Christian holiday when we can pull up and make that it ain't even a Christian holiday, it's a pagan holiday? So it's just weird how Google just flips people around. What's your thoughts on this, Ron and Don? Is a Christmas a Christian holiday? Is it a Christian holiday?
Well, for one, Google is going to switch things around because they want to keep you in confusion anyway. And the more they keep you in confusion, you're going to believe that. This is why you got so-called fake Christians, got their Christmas trees up in their house and the ugly sweaters on. It's because they have them going by Google. And the thing about it is that sometimes people do not realize that you are being just played for a fool. You are continuing to make white man money, but yet your money is decreasing while their money multiplies. And you sit up here and say that you doing this for the kids, but who are you really doing it for? Because at the end of the day, are you just doing it just to satisfy the little kid in you? Or you doing it just to say you pleasing your kid just to ease your mind because you didn't get the things you want for Christmas. So now you're gonna live through your child, and now you're gonna try to tell your child, I'm gonna get this for you, I'm gonna get that for you. But in all, you want it for you. So these so-called Christians, these so-called holy people, those are the worst ones. Some so-called Christians, boy. They are the worst ones. They the ones got their nose so stuck up in the air, they look down at people who not like them. And all I'm gonna say is that I look at the whole scenario is repent, Acts 2:38, because I'm gonna tell you something. The way things are moving too fast, We look up, that sky is going to be cracked real soon. What do you think about that?
I don't know, Trey Money. You know any Christians out here, Trey Money, that might be celebrating Christmas? It seems like it fit in.
My family. Yeah, my
Okay,
family.
okay.
Yeah, my family upstairs. Yeah, I can start closer to home. I ain't gotta venture out far or think about it. Yeah, like that's why I'm exactly why I'm in the backyard.
Yeah, and it's understandable, but it's just so weird to me because they celebrate Christmas, and that's because it's the birth of Jesus Christ, even though Christ was a Jew, I believe. So it's like
Yes.
Jesus wasn't a Christian. How in the world? Why would you
Assume
do
and tie that
anything
date. Yeah,
outside of when he wasn't the one you followed? You know what I mean? It's like it's probably hard to understand what I'm saying, but it's just
no,
like
I get it.
anybody, if somebody influence you to be part of something, why would you want to be part of something different? You know, like
Yeah,
LeBron's son, like he influenced him to play basketball. It's like, why would you want to do anything outside of that? You know, if this what he been taught to do. So it's like if Christ taught y'all the way of life and everything you should do, and God sent him as the message, why not be whatever he was? Why you created something and said this what it is if you follow his way and named it? It's like I don't know. It's just so different. You know, everything just so different. But I just still think it's a money grab. Even when it came to religion, a lot of these things, it's still the most sold book in the world. Most religion books sell more than any other book. And because it's knowledge in there, that don't mean it ain't true. You know, it just that they switched a lot of things up. A lot of these things ain't physically happen. They talking about astronomy, you know, and a lot of people they say that's devilish. Don't look into that, and it makes sense why because you'll be able to connect the dots. You know, you be like, hold up, it's 12 zodiacs, 12 disciples.
yeah,
Like, hold up,
astrology. Yeah,
Son of God, Son of God. Like it's like you can start understanding a lot of the older stories and stuff like that, and start to match things together. And whoever started Christmas, I know they ain't expected to be like this because it started off as a pagan holiday, and then once it got Christianized, it became this, and other people adopted it. Some places didn't adopt it Christmas; they do Kwanzaa instead. You know, so it's understandable. But I just be wanting people to understand that it was made up. So even if somebody was to make it up as a pagan holiday, say on this day we walk around naked and we have orgies and shit like that. That was a weird dude, you know. Diddy throw shit
yeah.
like that? We heard parties like that, but that's a tradition that he started. He must have some type of power to do that, but he influenced people to do it with him, and people decided to do it. But he still created this. It was a man that made this shit up. He ain't really got no power, you know. So even if somebody come along and say, no, well, we're not gonna do that type shit no more because it's weird, you know. But since people like celebrating on this day, we keep the day, but we'll say this was the day Christ was born, or this is a day that we give and we give stuff like that. I understand they brought light to it, but people always gonna do history, understand where did these things come from, and when they find out where it came from, that will draw them away from a lot of things. But we got to realize it was all created, it was all made up. What's your thoughts, Dane? I see you got your hand up, Dane.
No, I was going back to what the original topic was about the commercialization. So if I'm not doing comedy right now, I'm just pointing out some stuff that I know. Um, all the disciples were Jewish. Jesus was a Jew, and everyone knows if they read their Bible that Judas, it was the one that was the reason why he was caught. He was sent to trial. He was scourged, and he was crucified. But what was the payoff? The payoff was Judas took 60 silver coins from the Pharisees. So if you put that into today's society, what are we doing? We're just asking the man for 60 coins, and anyone that we're going to profit off of will take. And mind you, of course, Judas hung himself, and he threw the coins back after he found out how fucking wrong he was. It still exists today, and that's what I feel about when let's say you got a family, right? And someone does you wrong, okay? I think you should speak up about it. But if you know that person in your family didn't do any wrong, but yet you went to someone else because you needed some bread and said, yep, I'll take that 60 silver coins. And then you find out later you did wrong. I mean, that's why, I don't have no damn Christmas tree, and, ain't no presents under the tree. And the best Christmas I'm going to have is me and my wife getting naked and having fun in the bathtub or some shit like that. Right, Connie?
You can't fit in that. Sorry.
Anyway, but if you think about it, as we were talking about the commercialization, if you do know your Bible, just think about Judas. He accepted those 60 coins. So what are we doing today? We are accepting Bitcoin. We are accepting, if you go to Amazon and you spend $75 a year, you're going to get your shit delivered within 2 days. Man, talk about the mark of the beast. I'll drop the mic.
Consumerism part, how accessible everything is. I actually, because it's one thing I never understood about Christmas in general. And the same people that are here. So hopefully nobody's watching my Facebook right now anyway, because y'all be watching this shit. But if you are watching it, anybody upstairs, then hear what I'm saying. I never understood the idea of having to open your gifts in front of people. I was pretty much told, and it was expressed that it was kind of rude of me to not want to open my gifts in front of everybody. I think if you're going to give me anything, I should be able to open it under my own discretion in my private space or whatever I want to do. But is that rude or something to want to wait? Because I'll wait. I'm fine. It's gifts. I know you got it for me. I know it ain't gonna walk off nowhere. So it'll be under the tree when I feel like opening it. For instance, like this is my house, so if you're a guest or somebody that got me something, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll open it when I feel like it. But my question to y'all is what is that? Because to me, it doesn't matter. Like if you're gonna, you open it when you feel like it. You're at home. You ain't know. So what is that rude or something? Is that rude to want to open your stuff in your own thing? Are you, is that rude?
No, it's not rude. It's just people want to do that just to see what the gift was, and then they can talk about it after they saw the gift. They ain't gonna talk about it right in. You know how black folks do. They're not gonna
Yeah,
say it right there, but they're gonna wait till they get in the car. Or girl, you see what kind of gift he got? Girl,
yeah,
that was just rude and ugly. You know how
yeah,
black folks.
yeah. Because I was wondering like. And I was saying this year, I was telling Molly, telling both of y'all at the beginning that luckily they're doing this white elephant thing. I don't know where the hell that came from. That just means everybody money must be tight this year because that's not how they be doing for it because they want to go all out for this type of stuff. But luckily they're doing that. So it is not 50 gifts. It ain't 80 gifts under the tree like that. Coming upstairs personally and seeing all of that shit in my living room used to be ridiculous. So it's nice to see only about 8 or 10 gifts or something under there, maybe or whatever. And you do your little, you know, uh, white elephant thing when you give a little portion, a little smaller gift, a reasonable gift. I'm glad
What
that's
is
going
white?
on.
What
But
is
I was
that?
wondering, yeah, I was
What is
wondering
that?
what.
What
Oh
is
well.
white?
So okay, I don't know about it. I only heard about it because my aunt texted me and said that we doing it or whatever. That you give a gift to get a gift. Now everybody still gave everybody their own like $50 or whatever they want to give them on the side. That's up to you. But as far as everybody there, if you get a gift, you give a gift. So I think the limit. I didn't care just give one gift and turn it in. But for instance, I'm doing $60 on Cash App, so it's things that go in the same size box. You don't know what it is. You can't pick and choose. When it's time to, you get your name drawn and you choose a box. So if you get at the end of the, after everybody's gotten their box and they open it, if you want to keep your gift, you are welcome to. If you want to swap it out, you can. But nobody is spending anything above $50. So it's not like I spent $200 on that and you ain't. So I like I do like that for a couple of reasons because it's teaching a little bit more modesty. Like I said, I think it's unfortunate. Hey, mommy, I seen your comment, but I think that it's a little unfortunate that it takes people's pockets to be hurting to start to get modest and want to now think about what it is that's an output. So yeah, but you like I said, you only spending a certain amount on that gift, so you can't really tell that that's a bigger gift or more expensive gift. It's just kind of like a way of being more modest. You're not trying to worry about getting 6 gifts. Everybody gets one. But look, everybody still did their side stuff and gave out perfumes and little side stuff they wanted to give. But this year, my aunt was trying to do it where everybody just did that one gift or whatever for $50 and under. But it's like I guess it's a way of being more modest and being more conscious because the economy hitting like a mug. So
Black people get
I
so
think it's
creative when it comes to certain things, man. Black people
yeah,
are
but
creative.
it's amazing. But it just when it comes to the stuff that doesn't make people smile in conversation. When it comes to that real stuff, that real shit with some substance under it, we all of a sudden, and I had conversations with people on different live streams about stuff, and they just can't seem to figure out how the fuck they gonna uh, pull themselves by the bootstraps or write some shit down on a notepad that they can retain and look at so they can actually get their shit done. Like everybody has to learn from somewhere, but at the same time, I see us make up a lot of excuses for that type of shit. But we'll take something like this and start to get creative and wanna. Yeah, you can come in if you want to. I'll send you the link in a second.
Always. Yeah,
Hold on, real
send me
quick.
the link, Trey.
All
Always
right.
welcome, mom, dude.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy though. Go ahead, Dane.
Hey, I was agreeing with Trey there, but when you think about Christmas, right? The whole thing is about putting up a tree and giving everyone gifts, and you got scarves and underwear and shit like that. I come from a single parent mom in South Side of Chicago, and there was one thing that she did, and that was yeah, she would buy presents for everyone else in the neighborhood, but not for us. We had to deliver them. And that was the joy. Joy. That was the joy. Just seeing the look on someone's face that didn't know that they were going to have a present. But what I do with my kids and my grandkids is if I'll give you an example. Let's say my son wants to make the varsity team in basketball. All right. Now he works
Hey,
his
mommy, mute
ass
your
off
microphone.
and
You
does
gotta mute your microphone.
it. He goes out there and does it. Well, why do I have to wait for Christmas to reward him with like some new shoes, a new basketball? I think the whole point of Christmas is to love each other. I agree with that. But I think that I'm just not a big fan anymore of putting up a fucking dead tree that I got to throw out in the fucking garbage and a bunch of wrapping paper and tape and boxes I got to fucking throw out the next day. Rather than when my kids do something good and my grandchildren do something great, that I can just reward them in a Christmas type manner every day of the year. Drop the mic. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
I
Yeah,
just
I'm
think
just
that right
switching
now,
to the iPad. Hold on. Go ahead.
I just
What's
think
that?
right now that people are suffering right now and they trying to have some type of hope. You got now during this time you got people that's pretty much mourning because they lost their parents, they lost a child, they lost their husband, they lost their wife. Some people say they lost their dog and they still mourning. I don't get that one, but okay. But I just look at it now that people are looking for some type of hope because the government done let people down so much, and people done let people down. Even your sandbox friend will let you down. Somebody you used to play in the sand with, let you down. And sometimes when you've been hurt so much, you try to find something to have hope in. And I
Yeah.
think Christmas is the thing that makes people become a little joyful. Even though they might not celebrate it, they know that this is the happy time for them because that's the only way that they can find their peace and solitude.
Yeah.
And because you gotta forget about Christmas. You have a lot of people hurting out here. Not only
Yeah.
physical, but mentally. People are hurting. People are dying slow death.
Yeah.
And my thing is, and I understand sometimes this world can get overwhelming and it can squeeze y'all like a sponge. But
Hmm.
you gotta lean on God. I would keep saying this, I would keep saying this. You have to lean on God because nothing else gonna get you through this. Because I'm gonna tell you, the devil will come and squeeze the life out of you. You don't have not even an inkling of life left in you. This is why you need to cry out, fall on your knees, because you know obedience is better than sacrifice. And some of us don't want
Preach,
to
brother.
sacrifice for nothing.
Preach.
And the thing about it, we have become accustomed of not sacrificing nothing for nobody else because we have come so selfish and we look at the leaders of today are so selfish. Prime example, let's look at the laws that's being put in society that only confines for them, not for us. But the thing about it, this should teach us to come together.
Yeah.
Forget black and white. Come together as a whole. Because when we die, we go in that grave, we become one color. The worms are gonna say, I'm gonna eat you because you black. The worm, I'm not gonna eat you because oh you white, so I'm not gonna touch you. No, those worms gonna eat you because you are flesh. So this is why I tell people, get your right life with God because if you don't, you're gonna be sitting here asking him, I'm sorry. The scriptures say, search while I can be found. But yet nobody is searching for God because why? We so busy doing other things. I'm not preaching or trying to start a sermon. It's just that sometimes you gotta break the monotony of something to make the people realize that only person that can help you is God. We can say that we're there for each other, but the scripture also say, don't put your trust in man because man will let you down. Look at society. It's letting our people down. Look at our kids. Look at the government. Let every citizen down. They come and tell us taking Social Security. Here you got people that paid into this. This is what I say. We cannot keep putting faith in man. We got to put trust in God because that's the only person that I'm gonna keep talking about and keep preaching on. That's it. What do you think
Can
about
I
that,
say
Joe?
Amen.
something,
Amen.
Trayvon?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had shared a poem with I think with Trayvon a long time ago, and in that poem, I think I was probably about 20 when I wrote it, about all the chaos going on around the world. And I do find,
Hmm.
even with myself at one point, that level of faith and being so disgusted and busted and just all over the place. But let me tell you, that one line said, how can I find faith in God when I can't find it in my heart to trust? And part of being, in my opinion, part of being close to God is trusting Him first. And if you can't find that way to doing that, whatever happened, that's very hard. That's very hard. Now, I want to say that I hope that wasn't offensive to anybody,
Nah.
but you gotta find your way there to Him on your own
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Some people just can't do it. Now, there was a question that was put up there that said, why do people don't celebrate Christmas? Can I give you my opinion on that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hell
Well, Well, I mean, maybe I missed this part, but Christmas has become so commercialized. Christmas is also a reminder of the past and holidays. That's why it's so hard for people with mental health issues around this time. It's very hard for them. You have a high suicide rate, and it happens a lot around the holidays. So it's a thing of, it's memories. Yeah, it's memories. The end of the year, especially, is a year in review for a lot of people. They go back and reflect on what went wrong, what wasn't right, what happened, where they are, that type of stuff. A lot of people don't even have their families, period.
Yeah.
And I can say too, Christmas for me, I'm speaking for myself, was a hard time because at that time, if you remember, Trayvon, that's when you got hurt when you were a little young.
I think I was like 11. I think.
It was. Yeah, I think you were a little younger than that.
Yeah.
Trayvon got hurt really bad around Christmas. So the whole experience of Christmas for a good while for me was very hard because I associated it with the pain that my child was suffering. So that's a very, very open question. People can give you the individual reasons why it just ain't it for them. Another one too, I want to say financially. Oh Lord, some people are barely making it. You have to decide whether you're gonna pay rent and eat, or if you're gonna try to do these gifts. And people don't have it. Some people want to. Some people it doesn't bother them, but those that want to, it's not always doable. So, and Trevor, I can say, can testify this a little bit. You kind of feel like, ugh, here we go again. Here's another thing that's brought up.
Yeah.
So why I don't have money, why I'm not where I am in my place in life, or whatever it is, it's not always a great reminder. I knew someone that their mother passed away on Christmas. So Christmas was not their thing. So again, I just wanted to, give my opinion and give y'all my thoughts. Again, I try not to say anything. I don't know. I try not to say anything, too off the wall. I think I did good today. But yeah, I just think that those are the reasons. It's not a good feeling for some folks. And I believe, the gentleman down here, I don't have my glasses on, had said something about how you doing, baby? Said something about, giving a gift all year. Giving gifts all year. Yeah. Sometimes Christmas is not people's thing. Yeah. And then you're almost forced to like, oh, why you not? It may not be your thing. Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm gonna say this. One thing I hate is if you're trying to do something and those parents that have to remind the kids, flick the lights on and show them the water. Yeah. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. You know what I mean? Because I gotta say it. I have to say it, y'all. You done flicking the lights on and the water and stuff, showing the kids I can't, I didn't get it. Especially some people. Ain't no white man coming down the chimney to get it. Got this for you and stuff because you're angry that maybe you can't do, or you're angry about this. That right there. If you are celebrating Christmas, don't kill the kid's spirit. Yeah. Just don't kill the kid's spirit. If you're celebrating it, the lights and all that stuff or whatever, that is the parents' thing, not the kids. Yeah. So let's clear that up. They don't. The lights and the food is your responsibility. You're supposed to do that. But I said my piece. Merry Christmas to everybody. And I appreciate y'all.
Of course, Mama. Thank you for getting on for a minute or whatever.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Appreciate you, Mama.
Let that thing play, Mama.
Celebrate this lie. No. You don't accept no gifts. No. You don't give gifts.
That's right.
You don't bake nothing to participate in a Christmas celebration or party at the job or at friend's house.
That's right. That's right.
We don't strengthen the hands of evildoers.
That's right.
That's right. We don't even accept a Christmas bonus.
Amen.
You don't celebrate this lie.
No.
You don't accept no gifts.
No.
You don't give gifts.
That's right.
You don't bake nothing to participate in a Christmas celebration
That's
or
right.
party at the job or at friend's house.
That's right. That's right.
We don't strengthen the hands of evildoers.
That's right.
We don't even accept a Christmas bonus.
Amen.
You don't.
Man, don't even accept the
I'm
Christmas
sorry.
bonus.
I'm sorry, y'all. He lost me on the Christmas bonus. That on my direct deposit hit. That joint did not say Christmas bonus. That joint says
Uh-huh.
the people that pay me. That's it. I'm sorry. He lost me on the Christmas bonus part. I'm good off the other stuff. But
What up,
nah,
Kenneth?
I'm not turning down no extra money. I'm sorry.
Trey
Let
said
me
he
tell you
working,
something.
he accepting that. What's your
So
thoughts
Yeah, I'm
on that,
sorry.
Ron?
I'm gonna ask you something, Trey.
Yeah,
So by you accepting that bonus, right? That means
yeah.
you accept everything that comes behind it. There's consequences everything you do. So the reason I've been on Gino for you, and let me tell you something. My life has never been the same. I'm not looking at man, but I'm looking at what's coming out of his mouth. And let me tell you, my life has never been the same. And let me tell you something. When I was married, me and my wife was under him, but she doing her own thing. I continue to stay on the road. But you have to stand on some type of substance. You have to stand. You can't keep accepting. That's like a dog. If a dog knows you're gonna feed him constantly every day, he will keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. This is what the big companies and corporations do to give you a little pebble to eat. They give you a bonus, they give you a little overtime to continue to keep you a slave for them. They're going to continue to slave your mentality to keep you from drowning, but they also want to keep you at their level to where they can control the environment. If they can control the environment, what you have, they know they can fire you at a drop of a dime. They know they can control those hours you work. They know they can cut you off with no remorse. You have to stand on God's word. And God's word is not going to fall, it's not going to turn void for nobody. It's not going to change for you or I. But at the end of the day, you have to stand for something. You cannot continue to keep accepting what the people keep giving you. If you
So
feed, like a dog has common sense. If a dog know to only keep beating on him, beating on him, what that dog gonna do? That dog gonna run away, or he gonna bite the hand that feed him. So this is what I'm telling you. Substance, I'd rather stand on substance than have somebody keep feeding me food that's gonna poison me. What do you think?
well, I would think that would be speaking on someone who isn't aware of their surroundings and aren't aware of what they're doing. I understand fully what it means to have residual income and multiple streams and not be dependent on a job. That's exactly where my head is. I think I would rather people ask me questions first, and I'm not like offended or anything. It's just a conversation. But I would rather people ask me questions before they. I don't know if it's an age thing because that's what a lot of people do. But people don't ask me questions before they assume where my mind is at. I know what the matrix is. I know what ways I am participating in the matrix, and I know what ways that I can get out because that's already even as simple as living off the grid is already in actually about to be set. That property in that land that I'm referring to, which I won't name locations, but is actually about to be closed on. I think in a couple. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, about I think about a week actually. So yeah, my mind is all the way there with trading my time for money, accepting the Christmas bonus. There's nothing about my job that changes as far as labor. The same labor is going to happen regardless. I'm not signing up for Christmas Day. I'm not asking for it. The check doesn't say Christmas bonus on it. It says Amazon. So it doesn't. So regardless, it's the same people that pay me. If I know that I have to get my source of income from because I don't have the following skills that are monetary that I can just use and make money with my hands right now. Though I'm working on those things, and though I have some of those things like my podcast and stuff like that, I'm already my mind is already set on um the manifesting and the bringing things forward. So yeah, I would rather people ask me questions about what I'm thinking about versus like wrapping it all up because I think that was a lot. I know your message is on point because I know exactly what you're saying. That and yeah, that's just not my setup. So my nobody's like whipping me over my back metaphorically to do anything. I'm not killing myself at work. Though I just got a new job that is putting me in a even better financial position. Like it's all of my ducks are actually coming together. All of my ducks are starting to be in a row, and that's So I like what you're saying. That just doesn't apply to me.
Go ahead, Dame.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Reverend KJ because I just read what he said, and we should all put this into perspective too. Thank you, Reverend KJ. It's kind of fucked up, man. When let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say your rent is due on January 1st, and your boss tells you that no, it's Christmas, you're not going to work, so you have to arbitrarily
That doesn't make
not
sense.
get
Man.
money to pay your bills, to feed your family, to buy Christmas presents, even if that's what you are doing. KJ nailed it, man.
I'm kind
We
of
are we're a society of consumers, and the top 0.01% get everything, and the rest of us get shit. But I think what Reverend KJ was saying was, why would you tell people they can't go to work on a holiday when they need money? I mean, come on. Anyone got a response to that?
I mean, are people?
I got
Are those said people? Are those said people saving and managing? I mean, that depends on individual people because one day if one day kills you, that means a lot of that downtime, or maybe that one day or those times of the year you can spend all day uh, perfecting ways to make sources for yourself. Because anybody who strives, and it's okay to have a career and just want that one job, and you don't want to own businesses, you don't want to do those type of things. If that's not your speed, then that's not your speed. But at the same time, anybody who is not looking for any type of source of investment or anything outside of the system, you put yourself at mercy. As it comes to your health and what you consume food wise. That's everything for real. So I already know I need a way out. I know that this shit can stop. COVID showed us all that. If people didn't know, COVID refreshed you or taught you what you didn't know was that your job can close down and you looking around for somebody to, I wasn't looking for nobody to drop a check because I have certain skills that might not be building shit and screwing, but at the same time, I have some avenues that can make me money to sustain myself on the level that I'm at, if need be. So, but I don't understand the question that he had because it says a lot of folks participate in holidays. I don't see nobody going to work on holidays when their job is closed. Holidays is, closed on the holidays. Explain that part. How am I going to go to work if they close? So I love for you to jump on for real and explain that because I don't understand that question. If they're closed, what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I
They're
was trying
closed.
to figure out what he meant by that. He said they all
Yeah,
participate in a holiday. I don't see nobody going to work on the holidays when their job is closed on the holidays. Explain that part. So he basically saying that you're not getting overtime or getting paid to work on the holidays if everybody at home and not working on the holidays. But that's why I said the curry out is open. It's 40
yeah,
restaurants open today in the area, in our area alone, that normally used to be closed on Christmas due to the fact a lot of more people don't celebrate Christmas no more. And
yeah,
I'm okay with that. But Kenny, I
yeah,
think I sent you the link earlier. I
yeah.
sent you the link at like 11 something. If you need me resend it, I send it
Before
again.
my
So you
before
got
my new job, Wawa was open for everything. Wawa's 24 hours, so I was working on Christmas and all of that stuff. I get home to my gift, so I get home to Thanksgiving food later. But if y'all paying me time and a half, I'm going to go get that.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
working every
more for
single
me.
day, and what I'm gonna do about one day that you paying me extra? That part I don't understand. But if the establishment you chose to work for doesn't, you know that in your schedule when you get hired before you sign the contract that says you're gonna work for them. So
I think Ronald nailed that before I even made the question. Ronald nailed that before. You can go back and see what Ronald said. God, I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to use the word.
Yeah.
We all, if we're not the top 0.01%, we are a slave to the man. So we're going to do whatever the fuck
I
he
feel like
asks us
that's
to
but
do.
I feel like
Yeah.
people know that, but I feel like people at the same time want to project that on the other people because
Yeah,
you
I
can be
didn't know.
aware and
Ronald,
not like
Ronald nailed it. Ronald
Yeah,
nailed
you
it.
can.
yeah,
He
it
did.
depends. I mean, they say if you're doing something you love, it ain't work at all. So, I mean, most of them people
Right.
that's doing something they love, working for somebody, unless you start your own company, I encourage a lot of people to do it, but it ain't that easy, as it said. But I ain't never heard of that to Gino, that short clip. I ain't know a lot of people shouldn't take, no, they're gonna
Yeah,
kick.
Ronald, you didn't
I
respond
ain't
to what I
understand
said.
that part. Like
You
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 shouldn't take that bonus pay, which I get it, because you shouldn't even be working on a holiday, so you can't take that bonus pay. But if you're a person that don't,
Pastor.
celebrate the holiday and decide I'm gonna go work today and they paying you a
what's
bonus,
up,
I
Kenny?
always thought that was good to make money on Christmas. But now I see if you're a Christian believer or any of the believer, you shouldn't even take a bonus on them days. You shouldn't even
But
take a bonus for a
again,
holiday cut, because that's your belief. That's what you practice
Now,
now. You outside of that, I understand. What's your thoughts, Kenny? Since you the pastor in here, we ain't get your
now
comment.
I'm gonna Gary flip the script on y'all real quick, so y'all
Yeah,
just get prepared.
we ready, buckled
okay.
up.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it off. When are we going to get to the place where we stop following religion? Religion is a matrix system. So all of this that we're saying, do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. That is a matrix, y'all. That's a matrix.
Mm.
When are we as the individuals going to develop our own mindset to say what it is that we are going to do? Now, I want to say this. A lot of people say, I don't celebrate this. I don't celebrate that. In some form or fashion, whether if you not getting a Christmas tree, because I could tell you, I could promise y'all, a lot of us on this panel, we could say that we don't do this and we don't do that. We celebrate our own birthday.
Nope,
If
we
we in a
don't,
relate,
Kenny. I just explained that on here. We don't celebrate. I don't even do none on my birthday, but most do. So I'm gonna let you continue. Most do.
well, if it's not this panel, there's something that we celebrate, and whether or not we want to call it celebration, or we want to use something else, or we have a euphemism or a different word or a different entity, in somehow or some form or fashion, because as long as we have capitalism, we're celebrating and operating off of somebody's system. No matter how much that we say, I don't punch in on the clock, or I don't, we pay taxes. We using somebody's system. If when
That's
you go
not
to this,
okay.
no, but if we're gonna talk about this, because we talked about the commercialism, and if we gonna call it a buck, then let's call it a buck all the way together. We pay
Yeah,
taxes.
yeah, but you're not
We pay.
choosing to. You're not
You
subscribing to
pay
that. You
taxes,
have
Kenny.
to.
Everybody don't pay taxes.
It come out before, and some. Yeah, a lot of people don't actually. A lot of people do not.
But okay, so
Trump
tell
don't
me,
pay
if you go in
taxes.
the
That's
store,
knowledge. That's knowledge. That's not.
we ain't talking about Trump. See,
That's
that's what I'm talking
well,
about.
I don't
This
pay
Trump
is
or
what
not.
we.
taxes.
Any Trump or not. It ain't, you went straight to Trump. Nobody said Trump until you said Trump. That's anybody who just has the knowledge that. But I don't flack people for the lack of knowledge. If it's something that you going to go buy 40s every day, I understand that. That's something you choose and go walk your ass to the liquor store to go get that. But if you don't know about something and you haven't been told, hasn't been passed to you, because I argue that all the time on the Morning Mac show about the failure for us to pass around knowledge. And then we look at our kids like, why are you not bearing fruit? And we didn't give you no fertilizer. We barely watered you. I talk about that shit all the time on the live. So the lack of knowledge part, I don't hit people for. If it's something that's general that you should just know, like treating people respectfully and all that basic stuff, then I would say, yeah.
Okay,
But
so let me tell you where all of us pay taxes at. Let me show
I
you.
know we
Let
all,
me
I
let me
know
let,
taxes come out.
let me
I see
because
that.
we say, oh, we
$300
don't
from
pay
my monthly
taxes.
check.
Okay, we don't pay taxes.
Yeah, who said
Listen,
that? I didn't
That's
say
the
that.
we don't
saddest
pay
thing, man.
taxes.
Yeah, on
Do
juice
so
and
that's
everything
a
you purchase.
so
So you one of
everything we
them, Kenny.
purchase.
Nobody said we didn't have
Kenny, you
taxes.
one of them. You
Nobody said,
finding reason to
yeah.
continue to celebrate this shit. That's the only thing. You one of them kids that say I should be able to do it because he did it. That don't make it okay. You a pastor and it says it on your damn name. Pastor Kenneth Clark. We just shared Pastor Jano
Hold
that
on, hold
said
on,
the
hold
total
on, mama.
opposite you saying. But
Hold on,
you
mama.
saying it's okay because other people do it. It's okay
No,
to
I
shoot
didn't
people
say
because
that.
other people
I
do it.
said
It's okay
no.
because
Hear what
we
I
doing it.
said. Hear what I said. Hear what I
Okay,
said.
what
I
you
said if
saying? I
we
can't understand what point you trying to make. Because all you pointing out is that people basically getting on people for doing something they shouldn't be doing, but they doing things they shouldn't be doing, but might not know. Some people might not know that they should, and you should educate them on it, saying, "Oh, you doing that, and you judging on people that's doing that when you shouldn't be doing that." When they might not know, just how the other people don't know, they shouldn't be putting trees and shit in their house. If they don't know, you supposed to teach them. You don't just get on and say you got a tree in your house with lights, and if they don't know, you tell them why they shouldn't. But you getting on just saying if you pay taxes, you walk in the store, they put the taxes on you. So how you gonna get on people and say they shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that? Because they still don't make it right. Just because they paying taxes don't mean what they saying that the other person doing is not right. That's what I'm getting from what you saying.
because I'm saying we were talking about the commercialism, right? We were talking about the commercialism of things. Me, I don't have a Christmas tree in my house. I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness. So we did nothing, even down from not taking a blood transfusion. If the doctor came in and said you about to die, then they're gonna just allow you to die. Like there was no celebrating of holidays, no saluting the flag, no blood transfusion, no birthdays, no nothing. Literally nothing. Okay. So that was my upbringing. Now, as I became older, I sought to revelation as far as studying word and making a determination as far as me developing free will to determine what it is that I'm going to subscribe to and what it is that I'm going to believe through the power of God, because God gives all of us free will to make a decision about what it is we are going to do or not going to do. But when we in relation as to what I'm saying, as far as we were talking about Christmas and we talking about the commercialism from the holiday in some form or fashion, commercialism is an entity of this whole construct of whether or not it's just people say, "Oh, I don't celebrate the holidays." Okay, you don't celebrate the holidays. You may not go out and get a Christmas gift. You may not actually go out and get a Christmas tree. You may not go out and do none of those things. You may just be one of them people that just work, stay to yourself, and do what you do, and that's fine. But I'm saying, as a whole, because if we're just here's the thing. I think we spend so much time on harboring on whether or not if Christmas is wrong or right, but nobody is, and I'm not saying this panel, I'm just talking in general, y'all. So don't nobody take it personal, like, oh, Remy, Kenny,
Just start saying
singling it
some
out.
people,
Just
most
say it
people.
what
Don't
it is.
stop saying
Yeah, most
nobody.
people.
Get
But
that out of your
I don't like the
vocabulary.
generalizing people do, like when they say everybody, speak for people
Yeah,
instead of
just say
everybody.
but But I'm saying
And
as
keep it
far
short.
as as this whole thing, there is commercialism that as long as you have capitalism, you get which if you really look at the whole dynamics of things, because they say take care of the poor, take care of the sick. Commercialism is not taking care of the poor and the sick because we having more of the have nots, and the have nots is being trumped by the haves through the commercialism, because it's like those that have the money spend, but they spend from the perspective of selfish ambition. They spend from the perspective, it's about me. It's about me. And when I say it's about me, it's like it's almost like we don't really give two flying flips about taking care of the poor, taking care of the sick. It become who got the car, who got the Bentley, who got this, who got that. Materialism. And none of what we see from the commercialism through the holiday is really benefiting or actually taking care of the poor. And that's both set on the metrics from capitalism, because it's like the capitalism system is set up to where it's about the haves. If you have it, then it's like, oh well, then you're gonna get crushed on. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I mean about the whole perspective of, because like I say, you have some people that say I don't celebrate the holidays, but there's still other things that we do that contributes to the holidays. Like I have people right now, like my neighbor, and he said, you know what? Capitalism plays a huge part of Christmas, because like you said, even though that I don't celebrate it, he said I still participate in it, because he said, look, my job, and like he said he don't have enough time to become an entrepreneur to be able to pay his 5-bedroom house for his 5 kids, his wife. He's trying to be the head of his family, trying to educate his family, trying to be there for his kids, be able to pay the bills and things of such. But like he said, we don't celebrate the holidays. He said, but I'm still being a benefactor of the holiday. He said, because guess what? He says, I'm off work. And because of me being off work, my job is off. He works 4 days a week. He works 4 days a week. And like he said, what do we have in place in this high ass economy that we are all in the DMV? You in Maryland, you in DC, rent is freaking daggone there almost $10,000 some dollars. We got food, like you said. So in some form or fashion, through capitalism, and I'm just talking about the commercialism piece, we contribute to this whole construct. And a lot of us, and I'm gonna just be honest with you, a lot of us, we are aware of knowledge, we are aware of things that could put us into a better position to be able to put us, online. But we don't have enough time because, again, like you said, that Pepco bill is not gonna want to hear about your entrepreneurship. That gas bill, that Washington bill, they not want to hear about your entrepreneurship. We saw this. We saw this in the wake of COVID. COVID was really good, but then now that everybody caught on to what they could actually do, a lot of entrepreneurs are having some success, and some entrepreneurs are not having success. We saw this. You and I, Molly, you and I, we in the same industry, podcasting. Podcasting really boomed in the wake of COVID.
Yeah.
But
and
now
we
you
know
turn
how
around.
to take turns talking, Kenny. Goddamn. You made your point. Now let's get on to Dame or Ron, and then we're gonna get back to you, because I know they want to respond to some of the things you said, but you went on to something else, and I want them to get lost so they can't respond to some of the things you already said. I know you mentioned something about taxes. I seen Dame raising his hand a few times. What you want to respond and say to some of the things you heard Kenny saying, Dame?
Well, I want to say I love you, Kenny, and happy holidays. Many blessings to you and yours. But the reason why I put my hand up was because I really wanted to hear what Ronald had to say, because he looked like he's, going back and forth. He's just waiting to say something. I really want to see what Ronald has to say. That's my
Let's hear
thing.
it,
I
Ron. I
want to
know
hear what
Ron
Ron
got
has to
something to
say. I'm
say.
just saying, man. I ain't got to say shit about that. I want to hear what Ron's got to say.
All right,
Drop
what's
the
that,
mic.
Ron? What's your response to that, Ron?
Well,
Kenny
he said
said a lot.
he said a lot. He said a plethora of things. First, I want to start off, Kenny. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. When you gonna let me get a shirt?
When you take that pastor off your name,
Dead mission.
He was reverend. He went to pastor now.
so you said a plethora of things as far as about taxes, and you said something about Trump because you kind of was
I
losing
didn't say
me.
nothing about Trump. Don't even
Nah,
put me there. I said
I
nothing
mentioned
about
You,
Trump
Trump.
don't pay taxes. When you
okay,
say
but
everybody pay taxes.
you said a lot of
But you
things.
said the name, yeah, Trump.
You
That's
said a
all.
lot of things, and my thing is, Kenny, is like this. The scriptures say you will have the poor with you always. And what that means is people are going to be poor, but people make the best what they got. And for you, I just feel though that you don't have a clear understanding of what's really going on.
Mm.
I mean, because just by talking to you in general, just hearing you, the scriptures say when a man is unstable, he's unstable in all his ways. And to me, just by hearing you talking, you sound like you was unstable, brother. It's not to downplay you or discredit you for anything you were saying. But let's be truth about
Unstable as far as what?
it. First of all, I can't even remember the stuff you were saying because you were just losing me. So all I can say is let's not get off the top about Christians. All I can say is about this is because I can go on about it, but and I can and before I even go further, I ask you moreover, let's mean you have dialogue anyway. But you seem to avoid that. But I'm gonna let that be. But I just want to say that Christmas is a pagan holiday. But what I understand is that people do not want to know what reality is. People are comfortable in their fictitious world. As long as they live in their fictitious world, they all right. And then it takes somebody that come along and start saying something they don't like. The worst thing you can do is fight against something you don't understand because you become an evil and bad person. And Trey, when you said that as far as the Christmas bonus, I was not directing it. I was saying that you gotta stand on something. We stand on everything that's not right. When are we gonna stand for something that's right? Everything that's wrong is become right. Everything that's right is wrong. So, like I say, if you say you believe in God, you want to follow God, and if God say do the
Well, I didn't say
no,
that.
no, no,
Nah, he ain't
I'm
talking
just,
to you.
I'm just
Oh,
because
oh,
you
okay,
said about the
okay.
Christmas bonus. That's why
Hmm.
I'm saying what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you have to understand something. The scriptures say, "Who's going to stand up for me?" God said, "Who's going to take a stand for Him?" We stand up for the devil at any time, any moment, any moment. But when are we going to stand for God? We sit up here and say that we love the Lord when it's convenient. Now, Kenny, I love you, brother. I do. Because you are blind leading the blind. And the reason I say that is because, nah, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone.
The
Go ahead,
blind
Mark.
leader
Go
blind.
ahead, Mark. Go ahead. Because
Like
I
I
want to
told
say
you, it's some
what I want
things
to say.
we won't see, and it's our job to teach each other. So if you feel Kenny blind to something, it's our job to let him know what you think he may not see that he should be seeing. That's why, like about Pastor Gino, he don't give a fuck about what people feel. He didn't know that there's homeless people out there, Kenny, like you mentioned your boy. He out here, he used this holiday to feed the homeless. Gino knows people homeless. Fuck them homeless people on Christmas. If you don't give a fuck about them the day before, the month before, What happened in November? Oh yeah, what happened in August? So it just they use these holidays to say, oh, this what we do, and this how we give back to the poor. Ain't no nigga doing shit that's homeless and hungry with a toy. I don't know, what do you give people on Christmas that's homeless? I want a house. I want a place to fucking stay. Like every year, people go out here, we get them hot coffee, we feed them. All right, tomorrow I'm gonna be hungry again. If I'm homeless, and some people that does these things, they've been in these positions, so it'd be like, you been homeless. What's the one thing you needed most? Was it a fucking present? Was it a piece of turkey? No, you needed help to get on your feet, to get out the streets, to actually find a place. So when Jano come on here and he say, if you believe in the scripture, these for the people who believe. So if you're a believer of the Bible and you living through the word of God, and that's what it says, this shit you don't supposed to be doing. So when that guy, your friend or whoever he is, and he said this the things that he decided, no, you supposed to teach him. He blind right now. The Bible says this. I know you feel like you're doing something good, but we can do this on any other day. We ain't got to do this today. We can help homeless people all through August, July. We can do this every day like you've been doing. It just seems like people tend to come out and help you more, Kenny, when it's a holiday, because it's something about the holidays. They feel like they want this clout. Oh, look what we gave back on Christmas. Well, look what we did. Well, what did you do in July? What did you do
Well,
in
of
all these
course,
other months?
yeah, of course you
Mhm.
already know Breath of Life. We do this year round. You already
Yeah.
know. We got a whole we have a whole medical clinic. We have a temporary job placement program, in place helping people do their resume. Macau University is helping the brothers put their resumes and stuff on Indeed and LinkedIn and doing professional shots and stuff like that. So, like I said, what I do, I call it the underground movement, because a lot of people, like you said, they only want to use the polarized moments to make it seem as if that they doing something, you know, but you know, eh, this is this is a grassroots, so you already know grassroots movements are totally different than the higher upshalon, you know.
Yeah.
Them higher ups. What's that, Dame Dollar?
Hey man, I want to dial that in real quick. Molly, I've been a patron of him and all of his works for the past, I think, 6 months. But I'm the founder of Comedy for the Cure. In 18 years, we've raised all kinds of money, because there's 3 things that piss me off. If the government, the insurance company, or an employer does not fucking pay bills, you got a sick child or a sick partner, 1,500 comedians will fucking show up. I believe in every day is important. And you have to give glory to God that you even fucking woke up. That's a fucking miracle. Just the fact that you woke up with all the stupid shit you did your whole fucking life. The fact that you can wake up tomorrow is a fucking gift. And if we're thinking about the things that are going to give someone a smile, I believe that humor is the gift. It's cheapest for me to do, and it could be a Jewish joke. It's cheapest for me to do, but when I see it on their faces, and I am actually doing something chemically that is making their endorphins go crazy, like they're getting high because they're laughing their fucking ass off. I think that's the gift that we should always have with each other. And I'm going to go back to roll. I mean, I had to call on you, bro. I'm sorry. The black Santa up there with his white beard and shit. Man, I'm just saying, man, I don't have a fucking mute button. Okay, I'm just telling you, man. I appreciate what you said, and KJ, I appreciate your mission too. And as long as there's things like this where we can all do something, that means Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and whatever the fucking holiday you want to think of, it exists every fucking day.
Yeah. You
Drop
can make
the
it
mic.
up. Drop the mic, man.
I'm gonna hit my bowl. I'm smoking. Hey, by the way, I'm smoking some Molly Moss for Christmas.
Oh shit, here he goes, kicking in.
I mean, it
Yeah.
just that to me is that Kenny, I just look at you as a person that's really lost, and I say that with it
So
because
is this a podcast to stay on the current topic, or I thought I thought it was
Yeah,
just
like
said a few minutes ago that me and you need to have a conversation behind the lines, or what are we doing here?
hey,
Come on, senior. So come on, senior. You supposed to. The old
hey,
is always
I haven't
supposed to
seen you in
teach
a while, Kenny. I haven't
teach
seen
the
you in a
young.
minute, man. So I'm gonna get mine in. That's all I'm saying. I haven't seen you. It's been a minute. I'm happy to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm gonna get it in on you. We on the topic because you and your
Nah,
mama.
you said I'm lost. I'm lost and I'm blind. I'm leading them blind. Shoot, I never knew anything that I was doing. Like I said, I don't have a Christmas tree. I don't have no gifts or nothing. I literally
All right,
just helped
hey,
somebody get in the
by a show
counseling.
of
Like,
hands.
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I can see this battle going on, but by a show of hands, who right now could quote Psalm 91?
Nobody.
I don't read that.
Oh shit! Snap! I got you both.
And that's the thing. I'm not a
You got
Christian.
them both. Yeah, you got them both.
Yeah, it ain't no competition. If you know it,
Yeah.
that's why I said we here to teach each other. It's like even with the taxes,
Yeah,
you know.
what? And Molly, I agree with you 100%. What I mean, why the fuck do we even argue? Well, you know, if you are truly your brother's keeper, you're going to, and this is typical amongst men. Thank God there ain't no women on the panel. That we want so much for our brothers to do better or to do what we want them to do. That if we disguise that as love, we hurt each other. But if we do the right thing, which is to be your brother's keeper, you want to lift them up and say, "Hey, man, I love what you're doing, and is there anything I can do to help you?" It's not, in my opinion, because you can't fix this motherfucker at all. Okay, so when someone gives me advice, I'll take it. I'll put it in my mouth. If it don't taste right, I go spit it out. But if I know that person, that man in my life, even if it was for a moment, if I know that man's love was genuine, I really don't give a fuck about the outcome, because at the end of the day, you know, someone cared about me. Someone was looking out for me, whether I took it the wrong way or it just, you know, shit. I got a brother now. Next time I see that motherfucker, I'm going to high five him. I'm like, hey, thank you so much for what you fucking taught me.
I don't want nobody to think I'm
Thank
stuffing.
you.
I'm inhaling a Vicks. I don't want nobody to think I'm just inhaling
I
some
see you holding up the show the big
Nah,
thing before.
yeah,
I see you hold up the big thing before the show.
nah. Well, he
I
done
know it ain't no
swapped it out for
none of that
something else.
stuff. I know it. Yeah, I know
He
it.
done swapped it out.
I know it
Hey,
ain't that
right to
stuff.
you,
You ain't
Big
got
Ron.
one.
Big Ron.
You in the
There you
clear.
go.
Don't worry. You in the
Mm-hmm.
clear.
Hey,
So,
Molly, I gotta do this. I gotta do this for Ron, just because you know I'm a comic and shit. But one of the things I did for a talent show when I was in high school is I went up and I did a reggae Christmas thing, and everyone knew I don't give two shits about Christmas. But I've got one line that the whole fucking crowd went nuts. And I just want you guys to look at me. I am the only white guy on the panel. So anyway, I got my Santa costume and I got behind the mic and I said, I don't care what the white man says. Santa Claus is a black man. All right, that's Ronald.
He keeps saying he's saying with that beard.
Yeah,
Kenny,
that
get
white
out of
beard
here,
man.
man.
Put a
You done
fucking
made
hat
my
on that
man
motherfucker.
Rev get
God
out of
damn, it's
here.
Christmas.
Where the hell
I'm
is
grateful to
Rev
see
go?
this. I am grateful because
Yeah, man.
to wake up is a privilege, and
I
that's
got
my
a little
honor.
gray. I
Amen.
got a little
You
gray
are.
coming there. Kenny popped out. You know, this was a great episode. I was wanting him to mention more about the taxes because I didn't really understand that
I
part.
didn't understand
Yeah, I
because
understand you, so I can
Gino,
left it alone.
I ain't understand that too. He broke it down. I'm happy because I ain't know nothing about the bonuses part. So I'm like, okay, that's something I learned today. It probably was, regular information for y'all.
Yeah,
But the
I still don't
taxes, I wanted
understand
to know
that though.
that because I don't know
I
what can
still
we
don't
do
understand.
to get around that. Like you go to 7-Eleven, they gonna put tax on whatever you buy. So it's like you can't judge people for getting taxed. You should judge the people who
Yeah,
taxing
like
the people. You should
yeah.
judge the people who
Why
actually
was it
putting,
not even? Why was that not even mentioned? The people that that's what I
so
was
Right.
confused by. 'Cause nobody. I know you
Hey,
about to close
Trey.
up the show, so I ain't gonna.
no, you
You
good.
know, Trey, I'm all up in your business, Trey. I'm all up in your business because it does say in the good book, those that don't work shouldn't eat.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I work. Yeah, I work well before straight, especially with not having longer shifts and just having 8 hours or whatever. I'm working every day or whatever, but I just don't
Well,
understand the bonus part. I don't
what I'm saying
understand the
is that,
bonus.
Trey, the gift from God in the Christmas spirit or the Hanukkah spirit or Kwanzaa spirit, the gift from God is, you know that that was a blessing that you got to go out and work yesterday and get that chicken.
I
I
mean,
mean, that is a blessing.
I'm
And you
appreciative of.
ain't got to wrap that up. You can look it up on your fucking phone. How
I
much
mean,
you made?
I'm appreciative of what this world is presenting to me and what I'm seeing, and observing and stuff while I'm here. Um, I'm not gonna get all into beliefs and all of that necessarily, but I'm not necessarily subscribing to some of the things everyone else is. So I kind of stay quieter when it comes to the religion part and all of that. I'm appreciative to wake up. I'm still researching and learning every day. So until I feel like I'm finding the route that I want to take, I'm not really subscribing to anything specific. So, I'm appreciative to wake up. Yes, I'm appreciative to have another day to experience all that's around me. Yes, yeah. But I don't attribute it to anything specific until I learn what I feel like that is.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I don't want to pretend like I believe in God specific or the Christian God or whatever it's supposed to be. I'm not gonna act like I don't believe in blasphemy. I don't believe in disrespect, but I'm not gonna act and just be a part of the bandwagon and say, "Oh yeah, I believe." No,
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not there yet. He's
Go
talking,
ahead.
but I don't know if he muted himself or what because
Yeah,
he's
I
talking.
muted you, Dane, because I
Oh,
knew
all
you would
right.
start talking while Trey
Yeah, I
talking.
feel you.
So we couldn't hear nothing you were
All
saying.
right.
What you were saying?
Okay, no, I love what you're saying, bro. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of my knowledge. And I don't know who on the panel's ever served a day in their life, but I'm a retired Navy corpsman, and
No, okay.
the gift of getting up every day is that's the gift. But here's the thing that I will tell you, Trey, and I hope Ron, understands what I'm saying. There are no atheists in foxholes. If you're sitting there and there's bullets coming over your head, and you're with your brother, and you can't lift your head up, guess what you're going to do? You will fucking pray to a God of your intention.
No, I'm sorry.
You will
No,
pray to that God.
I'm sorry. No. Um, uh,
You've never been in
there's
that
nothing wrong.
situation, so how could you
I I
not
don't.
know about it?
But you're placing me as somebody who chose to go in the military. That had me. I don't need
Before I
to
went in
have
the
bombs and
military,
shit. It
Trey,
could be
before I went in
anything.
the military,
It
Trey,
could
I
be
thought I was
anything
an
that
Hold
atheist.
on,
you.
let him
That was
respond.
your reference. That was your reference. So stay on that and don't make an example out of anything else. Because we talking about the military. We talking about the traumatic experiences. I'm aware. I'm listening at the same time, not just listening to respond. I know what you're talking about when it comes to what visual trauma and things that you went through and things that you've seen that made you pray to God or whatever. Um, I ain't gonna say or whatever, but made you pray to God in that situation. I don't have to have went to the military, have bombs and shit. It could have been a traumatic experience with somebody putting a gun in somebody put a gun in my head before. I didn't pray to God and ask for anything. That's just not where my
I'm not
mind is
talking
at.
about. I'm not talking about different situations. I'm talking about you
The military.
and I'm putting you out there, Trey.
I'm talking about
Um,
the military.
there has been times in your life where you prayed to something. You
Okay.
could call it what you want. You prayed. And that's
Okay.
what prayer's about.
I
You
mean,
prayed to something.
that's
Guarantee it.
someone else that just, I
Pray
guess, can't
that
handle
you're
someone having. I guess that's
no, pray
someone else
that your
that
mom
just.
wouldn't whoop your ass because you knew you were in trouble. Pray that
I
your dad didn't like
I
beat your
guess
ass up.
I
Pray
guess
that your
that
auntie was gonna have the door open.
I guess that's someone else that can't handle someone else having a different way, because I told you what it is and you're telling me what it is. So I'm trying to understand.
No, I'm just saying.
I
I'm talking about prayer.
I'm just telling you. I'm just responding and telling you. So I know what you're
I'm just
trying to
talking about
say, but
prayer.
I'm just telling you that it wasn't that.
All I was talking about, Trey, was prayer. I don't care if you're Buddhist, Muslim, Jewish,
And I'm just
Catholic,
telling you
Christian.
that it wasn't that. Like I said, it just wasn't that. Which is why
Well,
I
I
also
just
said
don't
that I
believe.
don't.
I just don't believe that you've never prayed. I don't
Okay.
believe you. I don't believe you've never prayed.
Okay. Didn't I tell you that on the Morning Max show? Didn't I express that on the Morning Max show a couple days ago?
Yeah, I
I
know.
remember when.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what you
Retain what I
express. I
say.
don't believe that you've never prayed
Okay. Well,
to
sit in
something.
you. Okay. So you sit at your table with that, and we'll leave it alone
Yeah.
because that's what you believe, and that's what I'm telling you. So
Okay.
next,
I was
thank
just
you.
talking about prayer. That's all, Trey.
And I was just telling you that I wasn't. Like I was saying,
Do you
just telling you
meditate?
that I wasn't.
Do you meditate?
Yeah, I meditate. Meditate has nothing to do with prayer. I'm not praying when I meditate. So
Okay.
don't put the two
All
together,
right.
please. Thank you. Thank you. Nothing wrong with prayer. I'm all for prayer. If you claim that you're a Christian or you claim to be a part of a religion right now, I'm saying that I'm not there yet. So I won't pretend like I
Okay.
am.
That's a good
That's
answer
what I'm
right there.
saying.
That's a
Because
good
I'm
answer.
research. I've said already that I'm researching and I'm learning every day. With there being 5,000 religions in this world, I'm not going to subscribe to one and just take and accept that because of what my parents passed down to me.
Okay.
Not
Well,
saying that's for
the key
anybody
word,
else. I'm just saying that's for.
the key word, hey, Trey, I'm just going to tell you the key word in your statement was yet. Y-E-T.
I
It's
didn't
not a
because
four-letter word.
I didn't find my source. I didn't say it was going to be the Christian God. I didn't say I was going to be this religion. I
Right.
said there's over 5,000 religions in this world, and if I don't ever find anything, I'm okay with that because I am completely okay with saying that I don't know. I'm fine with that. I just see so many people. Oh, hallelujah! And they doing the next door neighbor wrong. They doing their family members wrong. So I see a lot of that contradictory stuff for people that actually claim to be a part of a certain religion and they don't practice that. I'm more godly
I
or
wasn't
whatever when
talking
it
about
comes
religion, Trey. I was not
talking about.
talking about any religion. I was talking
I'm.
about prayer. That's it.
But
I wasn't
you
talking about
just said
any
something.
fucking religion.
You just said something about something else. You just asked me about meditation. So when I respond, let me finish responding. You just said something about something new, which is meditation. You went from you was going to compare the two. You was going to tie them together at first, but
Keep going.
yeah. I mean, I lost my train of thought because you keep like asking me something or saying something, and I try to respond, and
Well,
you say something else.
there's another person on the panel I wanted to ask a question for. Hey, Ronald, what is prayer to you? You got to turn your mic on, Ronald.
What was the question? No, my daughter called me.
That's fine. I'm sorry. What is prayer to you?
Prayer to me is first you have to have a pure heart to go and sincere prayer. You have to make sure that you ask God to remove things that's in your heart that would not allow Him to get closer to you. Because you got to remember, we all born in sin, and prayer is having a repentant heart when you go to God. Ask God to forgive you for something that you've done. It's also it keeps you humble and remembrance what He has done for you. Because when He opened them eyes up, but this is what I wanted to ask you, Trey. You believe in a God, though, right?
I believe that there's some type of higher power, or some to some degree. I can also say that I don't know. I can also say that I it can be neither here nor there. Everyone might completely be looking at everything they think they know in a completely wrong way. So
Mhm.
I'm saying with all these, with over 5,000 subscriptions, and I'm not trying to say that in a disrespectful way, but the religion you subscribe to, with there being over 5,000 in this world, I can't look at this big globe or whatever it is. I can't look at this earth and look at this landmass called the United States and base my religion off of where I am geographically because I know it doesn't exist the same way everywhere else. Whatever the reason is, if there's 5,000 and plus, I don't know, but yeah, so I can't say. All I can say is I'm reading and I'm open to every single piece of literature. I'm open to people telling me about the Bible. Just because I say I don't believe in the Christian God necessarily or a specific one doesn't mean that I'm not open to information. So
I got
let that be the tone that
okay.
I never said I reject. If someone says they're gonna pray for me, okay, thank you. But I'll give an example, not to mention Reese Molly, but on the other show when I was talking about prayer and I said it, that's why I reiterated with Damien and said that I already said talked about these things before. And she said it's just an expression. Okay, well that's a problem for me anyway. Because if you tell me I'm going through something and you're gonna pray for me and that's just an expression, and that means you don't really do it. That's what most people do, So it's I'm open to any information that anybody passes along. I don't disrespect anyone's religion. I don't say, "Oh, that's not true." I don't do that because I'm open to saying that I don't
I got you. I
know.
mean, um, my thing is the scriptures say every eye is going to see him. But the thing about it is that all I can ask you to is search God. You know what I mean? Because you got to sit back and look at this world. This world has over 1 million religions in it. And God said, be holy because I'm holy. But the thing about it is that it can come overwhelming and it can come to a point to where you just don't know what to believe anymore because that's
Preach,
the
brother.
enemy's
Preach,
work. That's the way he works.
preach.
He works in confusion. And the thing about it is that the more he keep you in confusion, the more you're going to be lost. Not saying that you are lost, but what I'm saying to you is that um, search for God, cry out to the God that you believe, the higher being, higher power, but still cry out because I'm gonna tell you, I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people feel like you feel, and you can't say that nobody should condemn you, condone you, or do anything about that because you got to understand it takes time when you catch a fish. It takes time to scale a fish. You don't just throw that fish in a frying pan. It takes time. Like for a woman that's been a whore all her life, and she finally finds God, and she don't automatically give over to God, but she's still gonna have that dirty garment on her to till she get clean. So when I'm saying to you, just keep searching. Don't listen to Kenny, but keep searching. but just keep searching for God,
Yeah,
and He will
yeah.
give you the answer. You know what I mean?
Mhm. But
Don't
I
go.
don't, like I said, I don't reject anyone. I actually, for real, I said to my friend the other day because my friend, you know how people indulge and they like alcohol or whatever they like, whatever. That hey, your mom going to church right up the street. Instead of us sitting out chilling or whatever, let's go. So I'm not opposed to the environment, or whatever. Like nothing bothers me about people's religions. I'll go in a Buddhist temple if it wasn't against whatever, or, I would go anywhere. So I'm not, I'm open to anything. So, you know,
Good,
I just,
good,
yeah,
Trey. Good.
I
but I
mean,
just, yeah, but at the same time, I can stand on not knowing anything,
I
admitting that I
appreciate
don't
that,
know.
Well,
but
so let me ask you a question, Trey. And you know I love you. Okay, just always know that I love you.
Much love, Damien.
But you know what brother Ron was saying, and brother KJ was saying, what Molly was saying, and it's okay to be in that place where you don't know.
No, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm okay with it
All right. Well,
because
so
at the end of the day,
but the one thing I love about you, Trey, the one
Mhm.
thing I love about you, Trey, is you are totally authentic. And whether you know
Thank
it
you.
or I know it, I know you were made in God's own image. So he's got a sense of humor. You're fucking awesome. All right.
Yeah,
You're a
thank you. I
powerful
appreciate
being on
that.
this
Thank you.
planet. All right. Now, the other thing is it doesn't matter whether you believe in God, he believes in you. Drop the mic.
Well, my thing is, I'm content in not knowing and I'm not rushing to find placement
We
or
don't
to
care.
get
We
baptized
don't
or
care.
anything specific. No, and I'm saying this to say that if some, God, or if God is watching me and knows that I'm trying, whatever the setup is, whatever the scenario is, if that
Well, if
source
we
knows that
took
I'm
all the
actively,
5 guys on the panel, we got what?
I'm
We got
I'm
someone
trying
who
to
calls
finish.
himself a Christian, someone who
I'm
calls himself
that's what I'm
Jewish.
talking
We got
about
someone who
with
calls himself a Baptist. We don't
Damien.
know what the fuck
Damien.
Wally is,
Damien.
and you're an enigma.
Damien. That's what we be saying on the other show in the morning. That sometimes people be talking. I was just responding to you, and you just start talking again.
I'll shut up.
So yeah, I'm just saying, like, I was trying to say something, but I was saying that. Well, you made me lose my train of thought, but just in
I
general,
got you.
I'm fine with not knowing. I don't feel any type of way. Any source that's out there that created me would see that I'm clearly reading and studying and looking for the most authentic forms of that information, because it is
There's
convoluted.
nothing
It is
wrong with you,
messed with
man.
a
You
lot.
are authentic.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love myself. I'm good,
Don't
with
worry
myself. I
about the
appreciate that
outcome.
too.
Just do the work.
Oh, I'm not. I'm out there actively hunting. And that one thing I will say, without having read the entire Bible, I live the way I should with whatever religion I'm supposed to step into. I know. Okay, some people.
That's not religion, bro.
I'm just saying whatever train you're supposed to follow is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what the title is. Whatever train you're supposed to follow, I know I treat the people around me 100% like they should be treated. Because definitely come back tenfold. So I live on that. If there is a godly energy or something, I know that I have that before I find it. So I'm not tripping over the
On this
in
panel
between.
right now, Trey, on this panel right now, you got 4 brothers that love you. 4. Whether you like me or not. That's what's up.
I didn't say I don't like you. I just say you interrupt me when I be trying to interrupt people when you talking. But I do appreciate the love back. I thank you. I do appreciate that.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all coming on here, man, tuning in. Y'all been in the comments, liking, sharing. Y'all supposed to be out there celebrating Christmas. So obviously y'all came on here and celebrated with us. If you celebrate, I
love you, Trey. I love you, Trey.
Yeah, man.
I love you, Trey.
We teach each other.
Yeah,
like
I don't feel any
said.
kind of way about the conversation.
We blind to
So it's
something.
all
It's our
good.
job to make sure the next person see it. We can't get on them about, oh, you don't know this or you stupid. You don't know. If they don't know, it's our fault. If Trey don't know something, that's my fault. I shouldn't be on here saying, hey, Kenny, boy, you don't know that. Hey, Ron, you should have known this, and it's my job to say, did you know this, Ron? Most time, Ron be knowing the shit, and that's why I sent y'all mostly the link. These are people I know will come on here, be truthful. They truthful to their religion, what they believe in, and that's why Ron the way he is. He been Gino. This was the first Gino before I haven't heard of Gino. We done had pastors on here. We debated pastors on here. We got a whole studio down the harbor based off a pastor debating with us, and we actually wanted to debate. And it was basically all scripture. So anything that mostly I knew
Baltimore Harbor or National Harbor? The National Harbor? Oh, right up the street. I'm on 210.
Yeah, we got a studio.
Yeah, I live on
out
210.
there. Yeah, Dr. Mays, Reverend, you probably know him. He a good guy, but he got us a studio just because he liked the content that we was talking about and the stuff that we was coming behind. And we don't just say stuff, we bring up scripture. Ron brought up plenty of scriptures today when they was talking about don't bring the tree in the house and how you shouldn't cut it down or decorate it. He ain't just said, he brought up the scripture where you can go find these things. That Gino do the same thing as well. So it's just good that we all can educate each other instead of getting these debates. That's why I tell people we're not arguing. We just having a dialogue, and that's the thing. We take turns and talk, and we respond over each other. It ain't a debate. We're not trying to win. We just trying to understand why people celebrate Christmas and why some don't. And we know why some do, because they believe it's the birth of Christ. You got some people that really just believe in Santa. You got some people that understand where these things came from, But me, I'm not attached to none. I'm not subscribed to anything. I think I'm spiritual. I don't believe in pagan holidays or Christianized holidays. I just think they always made up. But if you do subscribe to any of those things, it's some things in the bush that they say you should stay away from. And I'm just trying to open your eyes to that and bring people who actually subscribe to those religions and come on and teach you what some of the ways you should be doing. Because at the end of the day, most of it all preach good and it spread good, you know, so that's what we should be doing. So far, been a lot of evil things going out here, and they tricking us into doing it. So I'm just tired of being tricked. Let's leave out with a good note. Dane, we can start with you, so we're going to end with Kenny, because I know Kenny. Give him some good energy before we get out of here, Dane. Try to keep it short.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Drop the fucking mic. Love you all.
Oh, man. Dang, Donna. What about you, Trey? Get some good energy before we get out of here, bro.
I would say life throws enough at you by default. If you can figure out ways to de-stress yourself from the things that life is already going to present to you, the things that you know that you have to face regardless, that will take a lot of stress off of your life, that will leave you a lot of time to think, that will bring your mind some clarity, that will give you the space to actually bring in new blessings because you got rid of and understood and figured out your present, your past, and you can make a way for the future. So,
Ron and Don, give him some good energy before we go, Ron, man.
I want to say thank you, brother, for coming on the podcast. I also want to say, while we can, and while God has given us strength in our body, we got to search for God while He can be found. Because when it's too late, it's too late. We got to know that we got to lean on God. We can't lean on mama, daddy, sister, brother, because this is an individual walk. We came in the world by ourselves, we're going to die by ourselves. And all I can tell you is before we leave this earth, make sure you repent, be baptized in the name of Lord Jesus Christ.
Ron and Don, appreciate you.
and I like that you stand on that too.
Oh, he
I
ain't
like
playing.
that you stand on that. Yeah, I do like that. I do
Pastor
like that.
Kenneth, good energy before we get out of here, brother.
Put your popcorn.
Whatever we believe, you Buddhist, Muslim, Islam, whatever, all of us agree that we abide by the golden rule. And what is the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have done unto you. Right? And in order for that to be done, I don't care what you believe in Jesus, you believe in Yahweh, you believe in Muhammad. All of us agree that we should be doing unto others as we had done unto us. And you know why that golden rule is established? Because the only thing that this world needs, beyond our doctrinal belief, is we all need love.
Yes.
So let love be the religion that we enforce. You know, we miss the greater mission. I don't care what you believe in. Do you love yourself? Because if you love yourself, you'll love your neighbor. Keep loving yourself and loving your neighbor, and love God first.
Amen.
I like that shit.
Amen.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
cool.
all
man.
love, man.
Hey, I just want to let all y'all know, man, I couldn't have asked for a better Christmas gift, and it was all wrapped up by Molly Robinson. That motherfucker right there. God damn it. Thank you, Molly. That for me, that's a Christmas gift. No, to touch another brother's heart and be out there and have a communion it's a blessing and it's a gift, and it's something that Santa won't deliver. And we did it today, and you guys are all fucking badasses. All of you.
Went 3 hours long, man. Ron can be on
Fuck
about
yeah,
5
man. That's
hours.
cool as shit.
I want y'all to take this in. Hopefully y'all learn something from it. If y'all just getting on, just go back and watch the replay. Like we always said on Tom Mo Show, man. Me, my girl Janice, and us, man. I should have sent them the link. Miss y'all. If ain't nobody tell you they love you today, just know that we do. From this time to the next time. Peace. We up out.